of something. Again, the sense of community has been like warped by social media, you know, like, hey, I'm part of this online community and it's so niched out. Yes, we support the Pine Tree Saving Chipmunk Association of transgender yellow people. It's just gotten so fucking niched out. And that to me is just part of consumerism.
Well,
it's this consumerist.
We're fired up. We're ready to go. We're live on YouTube. Welcome back to the experience that like we're Joe Rogan and shit. Welcome back to Keith Paesel's podcast. Let's just fire off right into the show. We'll be back after the beautiful intro song.
From Atlanta, Fulton County.
We're storming the Capitol. It's a revolution.
Purple color I see. Then you maintain the status.
December 7th, 9th.
I'm gonna question a psychopath.
I got named.
See it all on the TV screen. You gotta show it some love. You gotta show it some green. The world's gone crazy and it's so obscene. You gotta know where to hide in the big machine. Say it sounds like TV on the radio, so push that down. I wanna hear it in stereo. Do what you want, it's the will of the people. Nothing holds you back on that all-night radio. Ain't no love tonight in this city, and here I thought that we.
All right. We're fucking in. It's been a long time.
I know it has been
because of errors, but we did it. I have to do it almost like how you used to have to blow into a Nintendo cartridge. That's how we have to start the podcast now.
Or if you want to date it, I'll date it. An Atari cartridge. It would get dusty, and to put it in that really rudimentary game console. I mean, Atari was like, it was such cutting edge computer gaming. See, that's my idea of gaming, is playing Atari, you know.
Doing this how I want it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. It is, I think of just Atari on television. You look at that now, it's like so snail-paced and crude, you know, obviously, the passage of time. But I mean, the video game thing, I think it's actually disturbing, like how fucking realistic it is, you know? And I don't know.
Have you done VR or anything, like Oculus Rift or anything?
You know, I actually have not. We actually put the thing on your face, you know, and stuff. I have not. I've thought about that. If I did that, I could do it.
Also, James Bailey's here.
Hey. If I could do that, if I actually did that, I could handle it, but I bet you it'd be pretty intense for me to be into it, you know? The whole like panoramic view, I imagine just being this giant panoramic view, which would be pretty crazy, to a true submersion experience. But it's also, you know, where I'm critical of, this is the old man in me. This is the old... The old man in me is just like... I just wonder about its effect on like the evolution of the brain and the optic nerve in your frontal lobe, like these like images being sort of like, it's intense.
Oh, it's gonna have some sort of Black Mirror effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
You ever seen the episode of Black Mirror where you could like all your thoughts are recorded? Like you have like a chip, your eyes record everything, and people find, like, this dude finds out that his wife has been cheating on him, because that's the whole thing of society, is you're just on trust that, like, I'm not going to look into your head. And this dude there's so much mistrust in his marriage, and it's like the future's version of looking through the cell phone, and he looks through her thoughts and he sees her like fuck another guy.
Yeah, God. Ugh. It's just like, it's creating this like going into like, I get going into the dark recesses. I actually like that journey. I
like a good recess,
you know, of just, you know, you got to be aware of your dark side as a human being. You have to be aware of it because it's just, but you have to integrate it into the light side. That's how I try to keep it in balance, man. But it's just, I guess, what is dark? I mean, I guess your thoughts, you're not really held accountable for your thoughts. It's your actions.
I'll tell you what's dark this episode of Bold and the Beautiful on right now.
Same.
Oh boy.
For those who don't know, we're live action Beavis and Butthead, I guess. We're going to watch a little TV. We're going to make fun of it. We're going to talk about the world and our lives through what is on television. And boy, did we have an impactful few hours here.
Yeah, no
Louie
kidding.
Anderson, Meatloaf, Bob Saget's Dust. And in between all the technical difficulties, Bob Saget died of natural causes. Go figure. He'd be the one. I thought he'd be the guy to die like with a butt plug in or something like that.
Well, it's...
And because of that, we're gonna.
Why do you say it? Because I'm curious.
Because he's like a gross guy. All he does is talk about fucking the Olsen twins. Like it would just be his MO of his act.
What's so bizarre to me about him, about his trajectory as a performer, the fact that he was in Full House, which was such an incredibly square, it was the
show
hallmark.
For my heart, though.
Well, exactly.
Show
of course,
for
your
my
generation
heart.
would love it. I mean, when I was a Gen X comic first starting out, Full House was in the crosshairs. You went after Full House. If you were 25 years old in 1995, you went after the show Full House. It's an easy target, but you went after it. It was this indication of the square awfulness of America.
You must be Christian, bro.
But it's also like, I'm never surprised when people who lean into that image
You'd be hanging out with someone who you thought was cool, and then they'd like, oh, I like Full House.
No,
and
that would never happen.
Oh, no!
Yeah, that would never. I didn't run in the circles where people actually liked Full House if they were 25. If you liked Full House when you were in your mid 20s back in the 90s, you were not cool. I can't imagine there being anyone who actually liked Full House. But that's what's so bizarre to me is that it had this massive audience.
It did like creepy
millions of people.
I could see how it could be creepy, like an adult man being like, "Oh, I love that kids show."
Well, it's just.
He'd be like, "Oh, look out for this fucking guy."
Yeah, but just the whole.
Fucking active at the drops.
I'm never surprised. When like a hardcore born again Christian, when again I think of Jimmy Swaggart being the example of that guy in the 80s and into the 90s. He did it in 87. He basically
Jimmy Swaggart was like a televangelist.
He's televangelist. Absolutely.
He'd bring people up he'd have like paralyzed people come up.
I mean the whole thing, the hell Benny Hinn. I mean it was in that Jim Baker was very much a Christian broadcast network in the 80s. Lot of televangelists, but they got completely Wu-Tanged. They got canceled. One could say they got canceled, but they are also doing these horrible things. Like I mean, Swaggart, I guess, would have prostitutes go into like motel rooms, and he would get pretty kinky with them. He'd slap them around.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of photography going on. Like there was some fucking weird shit going on, and he got defrocked. And then he went in front of his congregation. I have sinned, Lord, and he was weeping. And it was like this great admission for this Christian warrior. And he does that. And then 8 years later, he does the same fucking thing. He gets a prostitute and goes in the hotel. It's like, you didn't learn your fucking lesson.
No,
you're hiding.
You just learned how to do it better.
You're hiding from your dark side. You are hiding from it. And that is, to me, a huge flaw in your entire worldview. So you have to be aware of like your dark side and integrating that,
We'll put on the swag.
Look at how fucking old he is.
It looks like he's just into singing, but he really can't open his eyes.
He's gotten like old.
For those
Christian
just listening,
now.
what are you
it's
doing?
Old Christian.
If you're just listening, go to YouTube, listen in sync if you want.
Yeah.
But we're watching the swag, as we call him here on the show.
Yeah, Jimmy Swaggart. But again, it just goes back to the Full House Bob Saget thing of him, I guess, being I never saw his act. I have not seen his act to know what it is. But people said he swears a lot and he's pretty dirty, I guess, in his act.
Yeah, very dirty.
So to me, it's just that dichotomy. Was he trying to overcompensate for not being deemed hip because he was on Full House?
No, I think at that time it was just, this is what you have to do to be successful.
But you got to be dirty like that?
So check this out. I got an old episode of America's Funniest Home Videos up while we talk about Bob Saget. For people who don't realize, America's Funniest Home Videos was like Bob Saget. Someone said this online. I'm not creating this statement. He essentially hosted YouTube every week.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
He was on the forefront. Everybody, Daniel Tosh was the first like clip guy. No, Bob Saget was up there.
This was a popular show. I knew a guy, Rob
Sunday
Paravonian.
nights.
Yeah, funniest people. Not funniest.
We're about to watch that second.
People. I remember a guy, Rob Paravonian, who was a comic in Chicago, won this, and he won like $15,000 in like 1994. That's kind of a score at that time.
Ooh, you rhymed.
You know,
94. That's a score.
But that'd be making like 30 or 40 grand right now. If you had 30 or 40 grand right now through performance, you'd be happy, right? You'd be pretty happy if that happened.
I'd be psyched.
You know, I mean, it'd be better than a hot stick in the eye. It's not making it. Look at him.
Funniest home videos.
That
a friend
fucking
of mine who hadn't seen the show asked me what it was about, and I said it's about a half hour. And he said, get serious. But you can't get serious with tapes like these.
Think of the recording.
I wonder if he there were moments where he's like, with tapes like these, and then he sneaks in and just pops up a fuck tape of his or something like that. So he died in a Ritz-Carlton in Jacksonville, Florida.
Just being old?
I think so. Just being not old.
Natural causes.
But yeah, probably a grabber or something like that, or a stroke, or maybe he had some sort of he had thinning of the artery walls, and like it was probably just, it's always one of those weird random things that this could happen to anybody type of shit.
Yeah.
But I had a funny, because they always described the situation, and it's always very bland, and like, you know, he was in a prone position, there were his belongings strewn about as if he was just living normal life. And I think for Saget, if you would have just been like manipulated a little bit and just been like, you know, he died and, you know, he was given the rock and roll fingers, just fucking change it to where it was a little more awesome.
Yeah, well, it's just, again,
fucking Here I Go Again on My Own was blaring when we walked in.
He was again, I think of him dying in a sexual way, sexual humiliation, some autoerotic asphyxiation.
The Kung Fu guy went out like that.
Well, yeah, David Carradine did autoerotic asphyxiation. Like Michael Hutchins, you're an INXS. Do you know the tail Michael Hutchins was pulling down in the late 80s, early 90s? Helena Christensen. It was fucking Victoria's Secret model type tail. That's the type of fucking woman that Michael Hutchins is pulling down. And he fucking does autoerotic asphyxiation. What an unstable human being. But whatever, it happens, you know.
My stepdad loved INXS.
Oh, they were
And
huge.
he was like a big square racist, so that always shocked me. Like a couple of my dad's crackhead friends would always talk about like, this guy's gay, pussy, fucking, and then they'd be like, the Bee Gees rock.
Yeah.
I'd be like, you can't do both of those things. The Bee Gees fucking stink.
Well, you know, I have, for so long, I denied my like of the Bee Gees, but moving to California,
I mean, it's hip fucking jamming music, but
I've explored. I mean, they had a total Vegas trajectory, which is completely what it should have been from the. When your career is going into Vegas, that's why when Britney went to Vegas, I was like, aren't you still supposed to be this hot young pop star? It's like, come on, don't go to Vegas. Isn't that kind of? Aren't you putting up a white flag? But no, probably not. I'm dated in my assessment, my judgment on that, I think. Does that make sense?
I've always heard Andy Gibb was the cooler Gibb. He overdosed on drugs.
Oh, he was third. Well, you know, we talked
Still
about
played
that.
fucking gay music.
Well, we talked about
those Mohawk tunes, right?
I wanted to do like a script, whatever. I have other ideas that are on the priority. On the priority chain, but a biopic of Andy Gibb, I think, would be interesting. Because
look at him go! Look at him, Bob, dude. His fucking Bee Gees, Bob.
Yeah. This is them in Vegas.
1997.
Yeah.
To me, this would be too new, but it's not anymore. This is like almost. This is almost
25 years old.
This is almost as old as original Bee Gees.
Exactly.
You could probably show both, and they wouldn't know what to call older.
Yeah.
It would
Gen Z. Well, they would look older now. Like they're closer to their youth. There. Again, my mom. Again, I've said it before. I have distinct memories of the 1978 Grammys when the Bee Gees won everything. Because of Saturday Night Fever was just a massive hit. So, and he was singing "Staying Alive," and my mom was literally squirming in the couch, just with like sexual.
Moistened your mom.
Oh my. Oh, he is.
And
just
your mom was like a square.
Oh, my mom was a hardcore second wave feminist, but she completely thought Barry Gibb was.
It's so funny that your mom was a feminist, and feminism now they wear butt plugs all day and shit like that.
Well, I think there was definitely that
fucking
was a
rabbit vibrators.
That's always been the issue with feminism. Is you have
got
the
these ladies
intellectual
remote
side,
controlling their clit all day.
and then you also have the side of like, hey, I'm going to do what I actually want to do. I'm not going to be constrained by these bullshit rules of our society. So it'll happen like in a sexual way. That to me was always like kind of a bifurcation in feminism. You hear what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, the intellectual side more and like the laws and all that, which I think is very relevant. But there is something to the kind of human side of like, fuck it, I'm going to just have sex with as many men as possible. If you want to say I'm a slut, I don't give a shit. I'm going to live my life on my own terms, which, okay, I have some respect for that. I do. I have respect for that because it's just, it's a double standard and you should be able to do what you want to do. If that's what makes you happy, obviously fucking do it, But I always thought that split and that divide is part of the reason why I couldn't have more momentum. It needed to be more unified. There needed to be something that sort of brought it together more. And there shouldn't be that divide because within that divide, of course, there's opportunities to weaken it, So anyhow. And I still see that.
I was going to say, speaking of having sex with men, we also had another death.
We had another death. So Bob Saget, I guess we've tightened up Bob Saget. So he just died of natural
we could talk
causes.
about both. I'm trying to put on, now we got Life with Louie on TV.
Exactly. So Louie
I woke up to Louie Anderson being dead.
You got to understand, I didn't know that until you texted me on the drive over here. I was like, we got a lot to talk about. We got Meatloaf died, Bob Saget died, and then we had
spoiler alert,
you said,
huh?
And you said Louie. I was like, Louie? You said, I was like, Louie Anderson? And you were like, I could have been CK, but it was not.
No, definitely Louie Anderson.
Yeah.
If Louis CK's dying, though, I feel like he would have the most fucking directorative, like, filmmaking suicide of all time.
I think that he would
choke. He would be the one to choke masturbate.
Oh yeah,
all you fuckers, motherfuckers! I'm gonna die jerking off, you
asphyxiation.
fuckers.
Like you're playing. I knew a guy when I was in junior high school, dude. When I was in junior high school, like a rich kid in my neighborhood, his old man was a doctor, died of autoerotic asphyxiation. And that was like this big, like, I mean, that was a wildfire rumor in Eau Claire. That's how he died. Like small towns like that would get out and it would be like, ooh, it would be in hushed tones, like, ooh, it would be in hushed tones. It's like, and that's like, whatever. That's not cool.
So do you remember Life with Louie, the cartoon?
No,
this is the heyday of me watching TV. What were you doing in 1994? Coming out of college, right? Oh,
yeah. I was working at the place I'm writing my script about right now. I was working for the Leadership Council for Metropolitan Open Communities. I was doing a fair housing investigation, managing their fair housing testing program, doing lawsuits.
Doing a little bit of redlining, right?
Well, so combating redlining.
So this is the height of like Bobby's World. Power Rangers was on. I remember being on vacation in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and it didn't stop my need to watch cartoons because you had Saturday morning cartoons, as did I.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, every day from about 11 a.m. until 5 p.m., it was the same kind of Saturday morning lineup, just every day.
Wow.
And so I got this all the time. I used to cry if I missed this shit. Life with Louie was my jam. So it's about him. It's about an actual cartoon that looks like Louie Anderson, which is very creepy.
Yeah.
And he narrates it. My dad during one Christmas raped my butthole.
Let's go.
I have a feeling that his dad did far more sinister things that we're not going to find out about until someone writes a book.
Ooh. Yeah, but again, his biopic could be interesting too. But to me, the Andy Gibb biopic, I want to go back to that. You got me off that.
To Gibb.
The Andy Gibb biopic was, again, because celebrity death is our motif right now. He was 31 years old when he died. He died of, he was such a cokehead. And in 1978, during the Grammys, he was given like, I think, what is it, newest male performer or something.
Go shut that window real quick.
He was 21 years old, okay? And he was like given the Grammy for best new male performer. I think he had a #1 hit. My last, everything. That's a old R&B song. But he had like 3 or 4 pretty big hits that if you heard them, they're jams. For so long, you and me, we've known each other for so long, and the feelings that I feel for you are. Well, that's an Andy Gibb song. He won Best New Performer in 1978. He was 21 years old, and he became this huge star, and all this shit was thrust upon him. It's the classic sort of cautionary tale. It's not necessarily new ground.
He was also thrusting himself upon other people,
Oh well,
Gibb was Andy was the coxman.
Well, he was the youngest.
We're just into music, aren't they Australian?
He was very kind of cute, and he was in his 20s.
man,
So-
that's how every song sounds to them.
No, they're a little more nuanced than that. Nights on Broadway is a jam. Don't bump down doodle. Here we are in a room full of. It was 70s sexuality. You have to understand the 60s weren't really cool. They were very uncool. The 70s is when the 60s like sort of actually made it into mainstream.
Look at
America.
Andy Gibb here. Look at that.
You know, yeah, and he won this Grammy.
Did he create that whole button-down shirt type of thing, exposed chest hair?
He was very much part of that.
Exposed chest hair?
Absolutely, yeah, he was very much part of that. That was deemed a very like kind of sexy guy in the late 70s.
I'm fucking Australian here. Gonna turn this down because copyright and everything.
He dated Victoria Principal of Dallas. Remember the show Dallas on Saturday night?
Oh yeah, it's on current. There's a reboot of it.
Well, the original Dallas, 78 to 91, she was in that. She was Patrick Duffy's character's wife, was Victoria Principal. And he was madly in love with her, but he was an extreme cokehead.
Oh yeah, he died of a cocaine overdose.
Well, he didn't
like
die
a
of an
goddamn
overdose.
legend.
I guess he was clean, but he had done so much coke for so long. He was 31. The walls of his heart had totally weakened.
Like a Saget thing, probably like a Saget thing.
He was 31.
What if you find out
you're older than him, man? You know?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I mean,
what if you find out that Bob Saget like fucking did anal shots of fucking pop, or like he was just the most drugged out,
well,
like almost how
that'd
you,
be like,
almost like Carrie Fisher, where you knew she was like a partier, but then you were like, you saw the autopsy report and it was like she had ecstasy, heroin, fucking poppers, amyl nitrate in her fucking blood. Like she was partying hard before she died.
Did she have a bunch that many drugs in her system?
She had heroin and ecstasy.
Ooh. Well, I know she was a junkie for many years. Many years she was a junkie.
Can you look at this guy though? You don't see this guy, this face, this blonde hair, and think like, what a fucking big partier.
Oh, I know exactly. Well, and that's part of the reason why it's an interesting story.
Another kind of partying.
It's a very interesting story because he was in his 20s. It was all thrust upon him. He couldn't keep it together. He tried to salvage his career. He hosted a show called Solid Gold. We have got to watch some episodes. Yeah,
I'll put Solid Gold on.
This production is so bizarre and coked out. It's weird early 80s LA, and it's extremely sexual. Like there's sequences where he just makes out with the other woman who was a hostess, and I think it was a black woman, so it was very like kind of risque, and it was just very, and it was, you know, they'd have like dancers, and it was sort of like like a disco American bandstand. So it took it like in a different direction. Here it is. Yeah, this. Yes.
Music has to offer. We begin tonight with Shandy and a Solid Gold release, He's a Dream, from the hit motion picture Flashdance.
There was a raspiness to his voice where like, I've really been through it. I did a line. I've been up for days here. Yeah. Trying to nip up for the show.
And I guess during the show, he'd be late all the time for production. He wouldn't show up certain days. It's like, wow, you're struggling with your addiction. You can't keep your shit together. So again, that's all part of the story, which I think it's been done before. But what I find interesting about this and why it might be relevant to current times is, again, the pop star fucking path. Be careful what you wish for, you know.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
you see that fucking thrust when they fucking cut away right there?
Absolutely, it's great. Yeah.
So let's get back to it with Shandy.
There you go. Yeah, this was definitely a more kind of sexual themed show. They were definitely trying to push that.
And it had like a Star Search vibe to, to the grandioseness of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to be Andy Gibb.
But this was
create me one of those Solid Gold shows.
Look at I want to hear his coked up voice.
Mr. Andy Gibb. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Marilyn. You know, it's wonderful to be here. But by the way, I appreciate the fact that nobody made a big
He cut the fucking wave off in between clips. Looks like his hair's a little shorter here. I'm trying to modernize a little bit. Get in the movies like fucking...
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Like Yahoo Serious. I'm trying to follow Yahoo Serious's path.
Because, you are correct, though. They were born in Australia and went to England. Then from England, you see right here, they do that. Look at this. We got to watch it. They just met, you see, they sort of, it's just so bizarre. I want to hear what they're saying beforehand. If you can go a little
I just want you to know that I get it in.
I want the lead in. Here we go.
By the way, I appreciate the fact that nobody made a big deal about me coming back for this week's show. You do? Oh, I do. You see, I'm kind of a low-key guy, and I'm glad nobody made a big...
When news of me hitting my girlfriend, hitting my wife Bastard. I'm glad people let me back, you know?
Yeah, that's
Second chances.
Fuss about it.
Oh, well, actually, the staff got together before the show, and they asked me to give you something anyway.
Oh, what's that?
Network ordered. That's how it was back in the 70s. You complain about sexual advances in today's days. Back then, that was fucking ordered by CBS brass. Les Moonves was stroking his young hog, watching that happen right there.
This was like 1983. This is 83. I think he had been off the show maybe for a year and was coming back and guest hosting. I didn't really watch this. I knew of this show. I didn't watch it. But again, it was sort of this, it was this sexual.
Man, look at these titties here on YouTube. Look at that. It's a very thin pair.
You're getting some moves.
Yeah, dude.
No, but it is, with again, I find the death story of him, 31 years old. He died 5 days after his birthday. He died March 10th, 1988. I was a freshman in college. I remember being like, wow, he was young. And but they say he died because Victoria Principal just basically said, I can't be around you, so broke it off with him.
He died of a broken heart.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly why he died.
I'm working. Oh my God, that's a good fucking song. Died of a broken heart.
And I guess like
I actually got to die of a broken heart for it to mean something.
They couldn't, like his brothers and stuff couldn't deal with him because he was such a fuck up when he was on coke. And he was coked up all the time. I guess he was like super needy, this really needy guy, like just needed like, oh, do you like me? Like, I mean, just that's what it was. It was the vibe on him. So he was a very kind of almost like a puppy dog, they described him. I think there's something that could be interesting about that. Again, I'm also the guy who thinks that there could be a biopic about Detroit Tigers pitcher Denny McLain.
Well,
I also have that.
He did some crimes. I think you're less far off about I'm sure people have tried. You don't think people have tried to make an Andy Gibb story?
There must be.
I think it's good for a TV movie.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Lifetime.
Yeah. You
get fucking you get the dude who played fucking Ted from fucking from Married with Children to play Andy Gibb.
If that's what you do,
Ted C. McGinley or whatever the fuck his name is.
I would look down on that when I was younger. If someone gave me an opportunity to write something like that now, of course I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. It'd be great. It'd be fun.
You write anything.
Yeah, you make a couple $100,000. Maybe it's a hit.
Give us jobs. No,
I mean, no, but it would work. But this whole like them kissing and like, I mean, and she's, she was a POC, my friend. She was a POC. The one on the right there.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. I have no idea who that is. But I mean, and she hosted the show.
Untold truth about Andy Gibb.
Yeah, let's watch a little more of this.
This is like a side YouTube video. It's going to be some guy. So I studied the video.
Yeah.
Look at that guy. Look at that fucking going back and forth. He's thrusting his taint everywhere. Yeah. I mean, the untold truth is probably that he was a drug addict.
Yeah, he was just a severe drug addict.
Severe. So we got Louie Anderson. What are your memories of Louie Anderson?
The first time I remember Louie Anderson was
Look at that. My dad really bored it into my hand when I was a kid.
Well, it was, you make him sound like this like guy from the gutter, like, hey, I'm just.
I would like to think that this episode starts out with him just being like, because look how it starts out. I'm going to go back. He's just looking at a fish.
Can't you talk to me?
Oh.
Come on.
That shirt? What is he, fucking
when I was a
walking
kid,
light bright?
This is the room my dad used to put my face into this fishbowl and say, talk to him, talk to your friends. And then he would pull my belt off, and I didn't know what he was going to do, hit me.
So my first memory of Louie Anderson being on the Tonight Show like in 1984, and my mom really liked, and he was from Minneapolis, and I was kind of like, oh, I know people from Minneapolis, I'll watch him, and thinking he was pretty funny, and my mom loved him.
I gotta be honest though, he didn't age much more beyond this. His fat got a little saggier. He got like that 65-year-old fat on him.
God, yeah.
Crocious, I just got to say, break kayfabe right now. Yeah. I'm so excited that this stream works.
Oh, it's great.
Being offered the 2 weeks has made me realize that I can't phone it in anymore. They can take it away from me.
Well, yeah, maybe it's
the technology could just not work. I never thought about that. You think about we don't have a lot of followers and we're a really low grade DIY podcast. But then you never consider one day the software just might not work.
Oh yeah.
And then when that happens, you're like, shit, I should just enjoy doing the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, we got Fat Louie. Look at him.
So I found out.
I texted you on the way
me
here.
En route, and I didn't know. For some reason, I just saw something about him a couple days ago. Maybe he died a couple days ago. That's the reason why I saw something. But I didn't put it together. I didn't see the headline that he had actually died. I just found out Meatloaf died today too. But Louie Anderson. So did he die of COVID, or was it a grabber? Was it?
I think probably a grabber. It probably is too soon. But Meatloaf had COVID. I think like Meatloaf's thing. It said he died of COVID.
God,
listen.
Inside, they tried to bore you to death, and outside was even worse. I hated recess.
They used to tie me to that tree and do stuff to my belly button on that schoolyard.
Yeah, because he definitely had fat person personality. I think there's a real thing.
My mom used to love that the little Louie looked just like Louie Anderson. She would really get a kick out of the show.
Funny. Look at him.
Little Lulu. Oh, it is a big Glenn. Mm.
All of us had gaps in our teeth when we were kids.
Got a headlock on you.
What
are you gonna do?
Your dad's a sexual predator, Louie. What do you think about that?
I guess his dad was
They used to call my dad a monster, and I didn't get it until later.
What I heard is my
Kevin Kellum on the show.
Can you hear my I can't hear my speakers. But that's okay. It's okay.
Hold on, I got you.
If you got me, that's cool. I can still do it. Sorry about that. But yeah. It just came on. Jeez. Sorry about that, man. With Louie Anderson, it just so I saw him do stand up, and he used to do like HBO specials. I know people who loved him. There was a young riff.
I put it in the group chat today. By the way,
yeah.
I woke up to Louie Anderson, my group chat with the boys. Kellum's in the group chat.
Yeah.
And they were like, man, talking about Louie Anderson. And then I go, Meatloaf died too. Bad day to be fat, guys. They no-sold Meatloaf dying just so incredibly hard. I was almost astounded by wow. They were talking about Arby's orders, and they just went on talking about Arby's. I'm just like, man, no love for the loaf, huh? No bad out of hell love.
It's funny you mention it because I thought about what was the first time I saw Meatloaf. So Louie Anderson, 1984, The Tonight Show, doing stand-up comedy.
But by the Meatloaf's got a joke. Louie Anderson has a joke.
Are they the same person? You have that line.
Jeff Eggleston, guest on the show, friend of the show, had a great fucking tweet today.
Yeah.
He goes, confirmed. Louie Anderson and Meatloaf were the same person.
Yeah, exactly. It's like because it's just. There was their body type and stuff, and just their look, and they were roughly. Although Louie Anderson was a little bit younger than Meatloaf, my first exposure to Meatloaf was them being the musical guests on Saturday Night Live, like in 1977, when Christopher Lee, who used to be Dracula in all those old Dracula movies from the 60s, he hosted
the other ones, like the Hammer ones, though, right?
Oh, those are the ones,
not the good ones, not the Universal, official, not gay. Horror movies.
No. Yeah.
The Hammer horror movies stink. Sorry for Matt, my brother-in-law. He loves them. Th're the British ones, though, right? That's the English's stab at horror.
Yeah, exactly. And I used to like those as a kid. The whole stake in the heart motif, I didn't judge its sort of aesthetic. The story sort of got me, and I believed it. I mean, it might look ridiculous now, but...
And now, to honor America, please join Grammy Award-winning MCA recording artist, Meatloaf.
Is this the 1990 All-Star Game? No, it's 94.
Hang on, I got to figure out which one's on.
It's a 90.
Louie.
Yeah, what All-Star Game was
1994.
What was the deal with men wearing a vest like that in the mid-90s?
I mean,
my mom bought me a vest like that.
I think you got to say, what's the deal with Meatloaf?
Do you know something? My mom bought me a vest like that. You know how many times I wore it?
4 times.
0. And I have poor fashion sensibility. I wore it. Even I knew.
So I put this on for a good compare and contrast. So Meatloaf, 1994, sings the national anthem. We're going to hear this, and then we're going to go to 2016. I think he sang for Mitt Romney during the run up, and oh boy, it's a stark difference. Because he can fucking bag out the pipes. He's like the lead singer of fucking Cradle of Filth.
Yeah,
9-octave singer.
Yeah. Cause I would do anything for...
No. He can't even do... He's got to Meatloaf the anthem. Listen to this.
This is his Whitney Houston moment. He's going to make it his own. You know what I mean? He's going to make
look at that
an
set.
Iconic song his own.
Look at this. He puts his head down.
Oh, yeah. He's gathering
and
himself.
Then watch the look up. Watch the look up.
He's gathering himself.
This is your moment, Loaf. This is your moment.
Oh, say, can you see
No, this is the All-Star game. This is the 94 All-Star game, correct?
Yeah.
God, is this in Pittsburgh?
No, that looks like the Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia.
What year is this?
1994.
No, it's not 94.
It says 94 ASG.
94?
Yeah.
The 94 All-Star game was in Pittsburgh.
7/12/1994, yeah, in Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah, because you want to know I know that? Because I was doing an open mic. I was 3 months into comedy, and I walked past the bar, and the All-Star game
this was on.
And I was like, I'm not going to watch it.
And you were like, how did Meatloaf do at the Anthem?
Lenny Dykstra, confirmed scumbag. Confirmed scumbag.
The good kind, though. Doing coke, selling watch. He probably has watches under his every
he
coat.
was a complete fraudster.
Every jacket in Lenny Dykstra's house has some sort of trinket underneath the fucking lapel.
Just look at Fregosi. He's dead. Fregosi. Oh, I was poetic. Both of them are dead. In line. They're both dead. Yeah.
So that one's like, all right, it's good. It's lame, but it's good. Now let's go Meatloaf National Anthem.
Yeah, you hear it's a bit melodious. God.
Oh yeah, look at young Griffey right there.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the first year I did stand up. That's how old I am.
Sorry, I got a VPN.
It's just, it just should be something more than what it is. Anyway, that was a reveal of a darker moment.
Here we go.
Yeah. I want to see this contrast. This is 1990. Oh my God. 1990 or is this 2012?
So it's Meatloaf. I think Meatloaf, Tim McGraw. I think we got Brooks and Dunn up here. It's a whole cavalcade of like Mitt Romney trying to just be like, I love America so much. I got country stars.
Yeah.
I got all sorts of Americana on stage right now.
Yep.
We're all eating apple pie with ice cream on top of it.
Yep. I mean, that's the peculiarities of the American political system manifesting themselves.
And look at Meatloaf up in the corner here. I'm going to do a little pointing. Look at those fucking cocaine eyes right there.
I think he was also just, I think he was mentally ill somewhat. I think he was just, he was touched, as they say in Texas.
Let's figure out the year here before we go on. I think this was 2012. Yeah. And this is America the Beautiful. So it's a different song, not necessarily Loaf's wheelhouse, Wow.
Yeah, because we need a real recovery. That branding compared to fucking Make America Great Again and the branding of this was the last time the Republican Party tried to have softer edges. This was it, 2012. So this is
here we go.
10 years ago.
Here's the difference. This is 2012. And so we saw 1994. So what's the difference there? That's what, 16 years, 17 years?
Yeah, 94.
So here's what 17 years does to your fucking voice and just your will to do well.
Yeah.
So he just dipped down on his legs. So Meatloaf was just like,
that wasn't Meatloaf.
I know, but Meatloaf's thought process now is like, I thought I was just coming in to sing America the Beautiful. Brooks is over here fucking feeling it in his cockles. Now I got to cockle out a little bit. So I feel like he feels like, well, now I have to one up.
So do they trade it off to each of the singers?
They traded up and Meatloaf Meatloaf really fucking tries to top him.
Whoa.
That was Meatloaf.
That was
right
Meatloaf
there.
saying that. That's how he.
Go ahead now, brother.
Wow. That was his entry. Go ahead now, brother.
Let's remember that today when everybody's talking about what a King Meatloaf was. He was a registered Republican. I mean, I don't mind that, but that could compromise a lot of people's. We were talking about supporting people earlier before we went on the air. Yeah. Do you still support the loaf? Look at that hand on Mitt Romney. To me, has lessened over the years of like, he's not a bad guy. Definitely a Mormon, believes a lie.
Yeah.
But probably not a horrible person.
Oh, no. His.
I wasn't against that. I was against the gay ban law.
His thing within the pantheon.
Is that a good Mitt Romney impression? Is that kind of a good one? Yeah.
Within the pantheon of what the Republican spectrum is now. The pantheon, because Trump has distorted it so much in his favor. He has taken the entire party over.
You almost want that to be the Republican Party.
Oh no! He's the kind of rational business Republican. You know, he's conservative.
Because that's how the conservatives
but
attack
it's-
him. They were like, Mitt gave Massachusetts health care.
Oh yeah, well,
that piece of shit.
That's what the national health care, the Obamacare was based on the Massachusetts program, which is a classic thing that states do something, federal government plucks it. So the conservatives do it on the other side. Wisconsin now is a big right-wing incubator. So right-wing ideas happen in Wisconsin, and then they try to implement it across the country. School choice, charter schools, all that. So anyway.
Let's listen to the Here we go.
Yeah.
Here's what all that political hate and fuel does to your voice and your will to just fucking belt it out, and you get jealous because you're like, Brooks and Dunn are fucking outshining me.
So yeah, Romney
Here.
is on the. There's a few of them left. There's like
Romney.
Very few
I think
of them
Romney
left.
has just now realized, like, look how happy he was when it starts, and then like watch his face when Meatloaf starts talking.
Well, this is not his. He, you see,
did you see his eyes change? Where he goes. Yeah. Let's watch that again. Watch close, guys. Watch his eyes. Watch his eyes go like, what the fuck?
You totally squinted him? Absolutely. It's totally what happened. That's hilarious.
But we got more. Meatloaf takes the reins.
Look at him. Look at him. Why is he staring at him like he's like, what's that? Are you in awe with his voice?
Because he thinks he's facilitating it.
Whoa. Is that an ironic goof? Is he actually being sarcastic about it at that moment? Did he use it as a? Was he
that was him. That was him, like
emoting,
I think
genuinely emoting.
Well, and I think they did the thing of like, he was exhausted. Had a lot. He's in the middle of a revamp tour.
They call that damage control. That's what they call that. That press release is damage control. Yeah, he was exhausted. Yeah, Woody Hayes. Yeah, he punched that guy because he's a diabetic and he hadn't been on his meds. No, he punched that guy because he was a rage-filled old man. He was 63 years old, punching a 21-year-old on national television. That was a moment, man.
Listen to this.
Come on. Is that the recording? Is it the sound equipment?
No.
Or is his voice that
he
hoarse
probably
and shitty?
refused a voice. They're like, Loaf, we could play Bat Out of Hell and just have you. Nope. I'm going in fucking lubed up. I'm ready for this. He won't shut the fuck up. Look at that. You got Tom Waits fucking over there as the Mad Hatter.
I wish it was Tom Waits, but it's probably is that Trace Atkins?
Look at that patch. Look at that jacket patch.
Jesus Christ.
That says, "This is my homage to Axl Rose."
It's weird. It's gaudy and southern, but in a way I like it. Like it's coming from a soulful place. But my first exposure to Meatloaf was, again, musical guest, Saturday Night Live, Christopher Lee hosting. And he could never pronounce the name of the band. And the next band, Loaf. He didn't. It was like Meatloaf and meat. I don't think he couldn't introduce. He didn't.
It was too weird for him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Your band's called Meatloaf. I mean, I know people who loved Meatloaf. Carol
Are we
Gordon.
going to the store or playing a fucking song here? I don't know.
But he died from COVID. Was he in? No. Was he in California? Was he here?
Who?
Meatloaf. Meatloaf. I think he was, because he was born in Texas. It seems like he'd be a Florida death with Saget. Saget and him were in Florida. It had to be a Florida death.
I'm going to put on cable while we look this up here. I don't want to be too lagging with him. Who are the Talk Boys?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at Steve Harvey. He looks like Stevie Wonder with no hair.
On Instagram.
We have Judge Steve Harvey to watch too. Judge Steve Harvey has aired multiple episodes. We're 3 episodes into Judge Steve Harvey, the cleaning lady. We got a lot of TV League stuff to go through.
I'm looking forward to it. Again, with Meatloaf, I was thinking for you. You recall him, of course, in a Fight Club. Is that Is that your
No, I
first
know
kind of
the early
exposure?
90s music videos
Okay.
from like...
anything for...
Yeah. And I would do
anything. What was the choice of him being a vampire? He was like this kind of wolf man, obese vampire. And I would do... I'm like Phantom of the Opera. Like, I'm sure that was how it was
He does
pitched,
seem like
you
a
know?
guy that when you entered his house, he was like, please draw the blinds down. Draw the blinds down.
You know, I mean, it might be someone who is truly that sensitive and affected. You know, I find that a little ridiculous. I mock that a lot.
Goes to the store and he's always just like he's in the shadows. Do you have 2% milk?
I know he's, you know, he might, again, he's at Texas. Texas gets some good weirdos. There's a good weirdo in Texas, I would argue. You know, some about that culture, the type of person who's sort of like
find out where
can't quite
Meatloaf
deal
died.
with it. And they're prideful.
I would assume he died at the hospital.
From the vid.
Yeah, he died from COVID. So
74 years old. Wow.
He looks good for 74. Passed away Thursday. Let's try and get a place. What hospital? What kind of health care did Meatloaf have? Look at that fucking face.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a face that is. Let me show you guys what Meatloaf was getting into. So apparently, he was the anti-mandate. He was an anti-mandate guy.
Well, a big shock.
Look at that face.
Jesus Christ. Well, he lost weight.
Yeah, look at that. Fucking wasted off of him. The government fucking stole his fat. You know why I lost weight? Worrying about the government.
I should be allowed to be as fat as possible.
I don't think we got a place. Maybe he just fucking died in a cabin.
It is so bizarre to me.
I died on Ted Nugent's fucking compound.
It is so bizarre to me, and Ted Nugent buttressed my point too, of like stars from the 70s who sort of, maybe they were always right-wing assholes, but they're such right-wing pricks now in their age. Something happened where they leaned hard into this right-wing image. I mean, Ted Nugent was deemed like a rocker. He was kind of like a wild man rocker, you know, but like that total right-wing streak in his brain, you know, and being very into guns and how his identity tied into that. It's just crazy to me. Like that arc of all these older performers didn't Johnny Rotten become kind of a right-wing dick?
Totally. Not kind of.
Like
he's up there with, I think he's friends with like Pierce Morgan.
Do you understand?
Me and Pierce have biscuits together.
I mean, the Sex Pistols,
bad British accent,
were dangerous. They were a dangerous band in the late 70s. Like authentically, like what the hell is going on? Like to them, if you want to talk about the decline of Western civilization, the Sex Pistols were one of the bands you thought about. They were fucking dangerous.
You hid it from your parents. Your parents would think you were doing drugs if they found out you were listening to the Sex Pistols.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a dark. I mean, it was true British punk, and like just what England was like in the late 70s and how
I'm gonna go get the weed because I'm gonna pack a bowl for halftime. Keep talking.
Future. I mean, they were, and he turns into this just kind of weird right. He's just a contrarian. You see, that's all part of it too. It's the contrarian streak. You know, they think they're under attack. They're going to get defensive and hostile. And you know, I have gone down that path too. But their interpretation of it is I just disagree with it. You know, it's part of being a contrarian. Well, I'm not going to think like you. So, I'll go with this side. Yeah, we're all going to take a side. That's right. We're going to just take a side. And then you have to lean into that side. I don't know. It's bizarre.
I think we're at the point where
when does it get resolved?
Being a contrarian is not necessarily cool anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I
and
think
like,
that's a good point.
or like even like it used to be almost like the Mr. Show of opinions to like have like a weird fucking like, you know, I like dirt in my house, like weird contrarian shit with everything of like, I feel like you remember the scum people that would sit around fucking like not MacArthur, but how LA I am now.
Yeah.
Wicker Park in Chicago.
Yes.
The gutter punks that were like on purpose homeless.
Oh yeah. Even
that's
though they were
a form of contrarian living.
Yeah. Yes.
Of like, fuck the social constructs of everything. I'm living on the train rails.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
I love having weird fucking goopy, smelly shit between my kneecap pits and shit like that.
Yeah.
Where like every flaw becomes of like, yeah, I do this on purpose.
Yeah, I know. Which is
type of thing, and that just isn't cool anymore.
Yeah.
And especially with comedy, I feel like you see someone who has these contrarian things and you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
Because it's all been contrared. It's all been contrarian. Like there's no new opposite opinion to be like, what the fuck? Like, oh, that's something I've never thought of before.
Yeah.
We've all thought about it.
It's interesting.
Saget's dead. We got Louie. I'm closing windows here.
Yeah.
Life with Louie. BG's done. You wanna write about Andy Gibb? You've discovered your fucking.
But I literally.
I got a 1990. We got a lot of TV history. I found all of Ken Burns' baseball. We got the Frugal Gourmet. This guy got fucking accused of molestation.
Wow.
People's Court. We're gonna contrast People's Court and Steve Harvey's Court. Coming through. I'm just giving a preview of the second half here.
Dun dun. Judge Wapner. Dun dun.
Dude, my grandpa loved the WAP.
Americans like this weird this judge thing. It's very much a manifestation.
Hey, do you want to toss around while I fucking?
Sure. Let me get ready.
I can get it.
Good toss.
Look at that shit. Can you pull the mic up a little bit? I banged it.
It's okay, man. Absolutely. And I guide it with a big guide button. Correct.
Yeah, you double tap the OK and the guide will come up. You can do the full guide.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not against it. I'm not against a full guide.
Sure.
But they can only see in the corner with TV. Hot bench. Got a hot bench happening.
For so long, you and me.
This message is approved by me.
Turn. All these improv people that they get for these shows. Ooh, Lethal Weapon 1.
Ooh, that might be something to watch.
You can go up with the arrows. You're going by page here. Fucking really fucking crunching out these channels.
Matrix.
First Matrix is on.
I felt too old. Like, oh, Sonny, here you go.
You want to go Hallmark movie? Go up to Valentine's match.
Ooh, yeah, well, we are getting close to Valentine's Day, aren't we?
Absolutely. And you got yourself a V.
This is true, Keith. I know.
If you wanted my special 3-wood, I'd give it to you.
It's been hung out with her last night, so
I figured that you fucking stood me up for your girlfriend.
Oh no.
I'm kidding.
I actually I had to do work yesterday afternoon because I'm trying.
Yeah, work on that pussy. No. You left yourself open for that one.
Well, I golfed on Thursday morning, and then I worked for about 2.5 hours.
What do you guys think of that burn in the chat? So. You guys like that sex burn I just laid on Crocious?
No, I
get worried when the chat's not going because I think like, oh, did the stream fail?
No.
But our square is still green here.
I think it's good though because people can gather themselves. We can gather ourselves. We don't talk over each other. We actually listen. I think that's a good thing. That should build momentum for the show, So, but anyway, the Andy. The Andy Gibb biopic, which I'm sure there'll be a huge audience. But it is the cautionary tale of fame for young people. That's why I think it might be relevant for the younger movie watching palate might relate to it. Oh, he's a young guy. He's 21, thrust into. And I think honestly back then, because there were no other options, like everyone knew who Andy Gibb was. Like 80 million people knew who Andy Gibb was. I don't know how many people actually know that now. There's a lot of names being put out there. You have all these followers.
All right, guys, we're back. It crashed. Now I know what I can't do during the stream, but I got the filter up. What I needed to have happen happened.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, thanks for sticking by us and listening. One of our go-tos, and we have a spine to the show this week in TV history, TV standings. We do a death motif. We did a lot of childhood talk. But we also like to watch a Hallmark movie on occasion because it is obviously it's textbook hate watching on my part. I authentically hate watching Hallmark, but for some reason it still gives me some entertainment. If it's giving you an emotional response, it's doing something. It is doing something. So if your life is so hollow on the inside, so hollow that you have to watch a Hallmark movie to piss you off, well, this is what I do. Because I find it just annoying. Because there's something. Okay, you want to know why I find it annoying? I'm going to reveal something, Keith. Why I find it annoying. Because there's a little teeny part of me. Because my beef with Hallmark movies is they're so precious. They're so perfect. Again, if you transported me into the Hallmark world, I would actually throw up. I would get nauseous from like the lighting. My optic nerve would just be like, what's going on? The lights and colors and every coordination. It would be like too perfect too perfect. But I got to admit it, the leading women in these shows,
they're like green card. They're not green card like foreign, but they're like greeting card beautiful.
They
if Norman Rockwell painted a lady, it would look like one of these fucking Hallmark broads.
They look like perfection in a certain way. So there's a tinge of that where I watch it because I like looking at the leading woman, but the rest of it is just 99.9% crap. And it's very difficult for me. Because I find it just like their drinks they're having there and the colors, and there's always a slice of lemon on your drink, and everyone's got the lemon in the same part of the drink because it's all perfect in uniform. Isn't it nice? Life is so clean and perfect. I think it's the same voice I have for followers on Instagram. It's a slight derivation. I think all of my voices when I'm mocking something are basically within that band, but I find Hallmark annoying. So we have a Hallmark movie on, and that long-winded, losing my train of thought.
Natalie.
Hey, you got to decide. It's always a decision, right? There's always a decision for the woman, you know? See, that's part of the thing that bothers me too, okay? Because this is part of my narrative. This is part of my narrative.
What?
Is for so long, you know, with in the field of amore, if you will, Keith, in the field of love for Adam Crocious, I always felt like I was the suitor. I was always the second guy. I was never the first guy. That was a narrative I had a lot, you know, when I was younger, of things not working out. It's like, oh, she's deciding it, and I'm not that guy, you know. And oh, I'm nice to be around for a little bit because I'm kind of a nice guy. Oh, you know, I'm not threatening. And you're kind of handsome enough, and you're intelligent enough, but you're not. I have someone else. You see, and I want that someone else to see us together, because then it's gonna, you know, kind of make him a little bit peeved.
So do you want to take a break?
You know,
or
no, man.
Okay.
I mean, in a little bit, but yeah, but not.
Do you want to run through? Do you want to take a break when your meter runs out and then?
No, we should do before the meter runs out. But it's
well, because your meter's running out in what, 30 minutes?
Yeah. So maybe in the next like 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, and then you do your meter. We'll do a second half of the show.
Exactly.
Okay,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Can you add money to a meter?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I like that seems weird and arbitrary. You're like, no, you got to wait till it runs out before you fucking.
Well, exactly. That's what I want to add. Exactly, I want to add it more towards the end because we can have a longer second half too. You see, I'm thinking about the show, but yeah, the game we play is identify the plot. That's and I feel like
this one's about better. Valentine's too.
Well,
so
Valentine's.
There's really one plot. It's usually like
it's a choice.
It's like the same Christmassy. It's just with Valentine's instead of Christmas. An overworked professional woman goes on vacation and thinks business about everything, and then meets like a weird Tom Cruise bartender. He makes her dance. Yeah. I don't like dancing, and then they dance,
and she's like, "Oh, it's kind of fun." Yeah. But then she also meets a different guy too. There's always the choice, and certainly Valentine's Day is going to be who's the choice? This Ken doll or that Ken doll? Which Ken doll are you going to choose from? And I was always, you can hear the vitriol in my voice, I always felt like I was the suitor. I had that happen several times to me, consistent enough. I can think of at least 6 to 7 times in my romantic life where I was made that person, and maybe that doesn't stand out. Maybe a lot of people. But I had that experience. So when I see this, I feel like Hallmark is like that decision.
You can't delineate the commercials between like the actual thing. Like the commercials seem like the Hallmark movie.
They just blend in because you're absolutely right.
Dude, Hydroxycut, they brought that back. That was a Hydroxycut commercial. That shit's like speed.
Wow.
That's like straight diet pills, son.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure the FDA approved that. That was a Trump era deregulation going on. So here's what we need to have, you know.
So do you want me to run through some TV league stuff while we fucking do this?
Sure. Yeah, but then we also, we're going to guess the plot. Okay. It's a country setting. They're at a barn. Again, a woman.
We could do some adjacent Saget stuff while we do this.
She's an event planner. This woman is an event planner in this one who has to make a choice between this assistant or this other guy, you know. And so you kind of know it's going to be the other guy. But you know, there's enough intrigue, but she has to make the choice. But then what happens to the guy who's rejected on Hallmark? You know,
so I'm
projecting into it. I'm probably totally wrong.
So I'm going to say that it's about a girl who is helping someone redesign his bar because I saw them in a bar. and she already has a boyfriend or something. They're kind of on the rock. She came to the bar broken up with him. And the guy who she's helping is this weird scatterbrained, but he's so passionate about his bar.
Yeah.
And that passion is going to seep into her.
Okay. I like that. That's a good arc. Well done. The only thing I disagree with on that is I think she's an event planner. I don't think she's redoing bars, but I think she's an event planner that has to do this kind of stressful event. And again, there's a choice between two men, maybe a local man or some guy working at a company that she works at. So I think it's event planner versus, I think it's a key difference, event planner versus, bar, whatever, redoer or whatever. So info, I hit info. I hit info?
Yep.
Here it is. Okay.
Fired from her job as a reality TV host, a woman returns home for Valentine's Day and finds herself running a town festival auction with her ex-fiance.
It's
like close to both of what
exactly.
we said.
I know. So what's interesting about it is I feel like we're kind of in the ballpark, but we can never quite nail it. And that, something, I want to challenge us. Keith, I want to challenge us on this show. This is improving the show. We got to get better at our Hallmark predictions. But you're right. Together, we're always in the ballpark. We always have like 3 or 4 dimensions right. The fired from a job, that is news to me. That one, it started hard with that too. It's like, ooh, that's a pretty big dilemma. I wouldn't want to be fired. But again, planning an event, choices, back to hometown. It's always going back to your hometown. It's like the small town girl who's gone to like urban America, and I'm just struggling here with my country ways. I'm just so simple in the city. And if I go
hand in marriage, and I'll be able to smooch you at the end of the movie.
But it's just these little goofy knickknacks and stuff. It's just, these would go well. Like I feel like suburban Denver would be a hot market for like Hallmark movies. Like certain caliber of city. I'm sure New York and LA has their Hallmark watchers, but
totally.
But I feel like Dallas,
the city,
Houston,
not necessily, because the people that are
the suburbs.
They have people making the movies out here. But totally, you're fucking your El Cerritos, your fucking Mexican. A lot of Mexicans probably love Hallmark.
Yeah.
Making fun of the Wado shit. A lot of white girl shit. Not a Latino in sight on these movies.
Yeah, no. Or if it is, it's like it's Desi Arnaz. I don't know. I give Desi Arnaz credit. You know what I mean? For just like
and apparently they were like fuckhounds.
Oh, the
Lucy,
together? They
what's the safe word today?
So they had a hot sex life?
They had a very healthy sexual relationship, I hear.
Good for them,
Good for the Ricardo.
Yes. They made a shit ton of money. Desilu Productions.
They created a daytime syndication.
I mean, that is whatever. They are impressive business people. There's no doubt about that. When I think of Lucille Ball, though, I think of her playing a bag lady on made-for-TV movies. I guess she was a total alcoholic. Like she was just a complete drunk. She just drank herself to death, I think.
Aponte says, I need to lower your camera.
We
got a fucking film director watching the show.
Here we go. Yeah, but it. Oh, sorry, man. Don't kick it over. Yeah, but it. That's interesting to know that they had a good sex life. It took me off it. It was.
Now we can see more of Crocious's lap. If he gets a boner, we'll know.
Get the bone. Get the bone, man.
So we're about 17 minutes into the first half, second half.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we're about an hour 20 in.
So yeah, maybe we should wind it down. Yeah, let's wind it down.
Let's do your meter.
Yeah.
And then we'll come back for the second half.
Exactly. In the second half, we're going to do TV history.
And TV League. I got commercials lined up here too.
And I think there's also a couple of football teams.
Do you want to go?
Discussion on. Would you agree with that?
I got late night commercials from February 2004. And I got Fox Sportsnet Northwest commercials from 1999.
So what was the first one?
Fucking late night commercials from 2004.
I like that. Let's go with that.
Let's do that. But yeah, we'll be back here probably about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll see. We're gonna poop, pee, do all that shit. We'll be back on the other side.
On the next all-new Celebrities Uncensored 19, the Governor flirts with danger. Ashton's hounded to the hill.
It's messed up that you're going to sell it to a fan.
And Deborah Messing trips up the paparazzi. See your favorite stars in a different light. Celebrities Uncensored 19, all new, Wednesday at 10 on E!
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children. Tired of the same old beaches filled with hot young girls willing to bear it all? Of course you're not. Introducing Girls Gone Wild Endless Spring Break. The action never ends when the hottest real school girls hit the beach by day and the wildest parties by night. The surprises are endless in the sexiest Girls Gone Wild yet, and it's yours on video or DVD for only $9.99. Use your credit card and you'll also get the all-new Girls Gone Wild road trip absolutely free. Climb on board the Girls Gone Wild party bus and witness sexy co-eds getting naked in over 50 college towns across America. You've never seen a Girls Gone Wild video like this one. Girls Gone Wild just keeps getting better, and you still get both videos for only $9.99. Then be the first to receive the hottest Girls Gone Wild videos every month. No minimum to buy, and all videos have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're over 18, call 1-800-593-0530 to get the all-new Girls Gone Wild Endless Spring Break on video or DVD for only $9.99. Use your credit card to get road trip absolutely free. Call 1-800-593-0530 or order online at the brand new girlsgonewild.com.
Tonight, I'm going to do something just for me. I'm going to Live Links. It's the best place to meet local singles, and you can try it for free. You don't need to go out to have a good time. Just pick up your phone and call Live Links. There are so many fun and exciting singles on all the time. You can always connect live with someone local. Try Live Links for free and meet someone special right now.
Try Live Links free. 1-800-210-1010. Boulevard Media, 18+.
VIP room, redefined. Bailey's Minis. Original Bailey's in 4 mini bottles. Please drink responsibly. I just bought a boxer for $1.
Gene Shalit raves Against the Ropes is the best time I've had at the movies this year.
Nobody acts surprised that we won.
And Roger Ebert gives it thumbs up. Against the Ropes. Rated PG-13. This Friday. Only in theaters.
Remember your first time? The Phantom of the Opera. Broadway's most haunting love story at the Majestic Theater. Laura Flynn Boyle.
So good to be back.
The True Hollywood Story. All new. Sunday at 8. Only on E! On the next all-new Celebrities Uncensored 19, the Governor flirts with danger. Ashton's hounded to the hill.
It's messed up that you're going to sell it to a fan.
And Deborah Messing trips up the paparazzi. See your favorite stars in a different light. Celebrities Uncensored 19. All new. Wednesday at 10 on E!
We love these songs! Songs are $1 off when you bring it up to fun! All things to eat, oil changes! Only rise up $4 Any coupon box! Beware of paper cuts! The Quiznos songs!
Quiznos. Toasty.
The difference between natural and stay natural? 16 hours.
Stay Natural Makeup. It's color stay. Lightweight, flawless, won't rub off. So you stay naturally beautiful.
Only Revlon makes it. Only you make it unforgettable.
This is Labatt Blue, the clean, crisp lager imported daily from Canada. Its refreshing, honest taste. No, I really didn't feel that one. Can we record it again?
Let's get some more blue in there.
Oh, that's good beer.
Anna Nicole is back with the skinny on her dramatic weight loss. Anna Bears all new Sunday at 10 on E!
If you don't have an arrow bed, how do you sleep at night? It's a guest bed, an overnight bed, the instant, anytime, anywhere bed. Just plug it in, push the button, and you have a comfortable extra bed in less than 1 minute. It's even adjustable with our exclusive one-touch comfort control. And it can hold up to 650 pounds, but it stores away quickly and easily in just seconds.
Available at this fine retailer.
Now available on DVD, The Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay. A classic performance never shown on TV.
How can I get this? How can you get this? It's very simple.
Call toll-free 1-866-DVD-DICE, or if the line's busy, order online at DiceDVD.com.
I'll put that up against that Ginsu knife any day.
Only $14.95 plus shipping and handling.
That's when you call me, honey.
One Night with Dice, your favorite Dice classics and Dice Man material available only on this DVD.
Hollywood toasts their own at the Screen Actors Guild Awards.
I think I could get used to that.
But before the honors go on inside, the action is on the red carpet outside.
I really didn't know what to expect.
Join Alicia Davis and John Burke live from the red carpet, the Screen Actors Guild Awards, Sunday at 4 on E! Laura Flynn Boyle.
So good to be bad.
The True Hollywood Story. All new. Sunday at 8. Only on E!
Just got a lot more affordable during the Subaru all-wheel drive array.
Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Dear DirecTV, cable says reception quality is poor with satellite TV. Lies! My reception is way better with DirecTV than it ever was with cable. Sincerely, John Amenta. Did I capture the guy's anger? Yeah? Thank you.
Get a 3-room DirecTV system, installation, and 3 months of HBO free.
Cut!
Just feel the music.
If we mix what you do with what I do, I really think we'd have something.
Dirty Dancing Havana Nights. Rated PG-13. In theaters February 27th.
Why do I choose Citrusel fiber caplets for regularity? I start with just 2 caplets per dose, compared to 5 with Metamucil. And unlike Metamucil, Citrusel fiber can't ferment to cause excess gas. Citrusel, regularity without excess gas.
We have 170 kinds of beer from all over the world. Call me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Call the Sam Adams. Yeah.
You can go around the world and not find a better beer than Samuel Adams. Always a good decision.
This one has tons of storage space.
Great. The chefs will love that.
Chefs?
Oh, there we go.
We have a lot of washers and dryers, too.
Best Buy has a large selection of Whirlpool appliances, including the Whirlpool Duet washer and dryer, able to wash 16 pairs of jeans in a single load. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Laura Flynn Boyle.
So good to be bad.
The True Hollywood Story. All new. Sunday at 8. Only on E! Laura Flynn Boyle.
So good to be bad.
The True Hollywood Story. All new. Sunday at 8. Only on E! On the next all-new Celebrities Uncensored 19, the Governor flirts with danger. Ashton's hounded to the hill.
It's messed up that you're going to sell it to a fan.
And Deborah Messing trips up the paparazzi. See your favorite stars in a different light. Celebrities Uncensored 19. All new. Wednesday at 10 on E!
Excuse me. Hi, can I see that laptop?
Sure. You can access the internet all around your house. It's wireless networking.
Did you say wireless?
I'm free. Not just a puppet on a string, no ties to anything.
Find your freedom. Get a $150 rebate with any laptop at Best Buy. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours.
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children. Tired of the same old beaches filled with hot young girls willing to bear it all? Of course you're not. Introducing Girls Gone Wild Endless Spring Break. The action never ends when the hottest real school girls hit the beach by day and the wildest parties by night. The surprises are endless in the sexiest Girls Gone Wild yet, and it's yours on video or DVD for only $9.99. Use your credit card and you'll also get the all-new Girls Gone Wild road trip absolutely free. Climb on board the Girls Gone Wild party bus and witness sexy co-eds getting naked in over 50 college towns across America. You've never seen a Girls Gone Wild video like this one. Girls Gone Wild just keeps getting better, and you still get both videos for only $9.99. Then be the first to receive the hottest Girls Gone Wild videos every month. No minimum to buy, and all videos have a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're over 18, call 1-800-593-0530 to get the all-new Girls Gone Wild Endless Spring Break on video or DVD for only $9.99. Use your credit card to get Road Trip absolutely free. Call 1-800-593-0530 or order online at the brand new girlsgonewild.com.
Tonight, I'm going to do something just for me. I'm going to Live Links. It's the best place to meet local singles, and you can try it for free. You don't need to go out to have a good time. Just pick up your phone and call Live Links. There are so many fun and exciting singles on all the time. You can always connect live with someone local. Try Live Links for free and meet someone special right now.
Try Live Links free. 1-800-210-1010. Boulevard Media, 18+.
Tomorrow on E! At 8, Sharon Stone's True Hollywood Story. At 9, Hollywood Love Story, Hot and Hitched. And at 10, Celebrity Yearbook, School of Hard Knocks. Exotic Sirens, Tinseltown Rebels, and the event you've been waiting for. Join Joan and Melissa live from the red carpet, the Academy Awards, February 29th at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. E's got the red carpet covered. Join us all day before the biggest night in Hollywood. Countdown from the red carpet, the Academy Awards. All day, February 29th at 12 noon, 9 Pacific. E's got the red carpet covered.
Sorry. Samuel Adams, always a good decision.
The Passion of the Christ. Rated R. Opens in theaters Wednesday, February 25th.
Coming back in a few minutes, guys. Keith Paesel's podcast.
The Axe Effect. Axe Deodorant Body Spray.
Anna Nicole is back with the skinny on her dramatic weight loss. Anna Bears all new Sunday at 10 on E!
If you were born between 1919 and 1964, call now to get free information about the Silver Care Plan.
The average funeral now costs over $6,000, but your survivors may only be able to receive government death benefits of up to $300, leaving your loved ones to pay the balance. You can protect your loved ones with the Silver Care Plan. It pays tax-free cash that can be used for final and any other expenses.
The last thing I'd want to do is leave my wife or kids with bills.
It's easy to get, and you don't even have to take a medical exam.
In times like these, it's so important to plan ahead.
With the Silver Care Plan, your rates will never increase, your plan cannot be canceled, and coverage starts as soon as you're accepted. Protect your loved ones. Call now to get free information about the Silver Care Plan.
Call 1-800-622-5700.
Laura Flynn Boyle.
So good to be bad.
The True Hollywood Story. All new. Sunday at 8. Only on E! On the next all-new Celebrities Uncensored 19, the Governator flirts with danger. Ashton's hounded to the hill.
It's messed up that you're going to sell it to a fan.
And Deborah Messing trips up the paparazzi. See your favorite stars in a different light. Celebrities Uncensored 19. All new. Wednesday at 10 on E!
Detective Jessica Shepard is an expert on the criminal mind.
There's been another murder.
But her latest case,
Crime scene is clean. What do the victims have in common?
Just me.
doesn't fit the familiar profile.
Somebody has been following me.
Is that why people keep dying around you?
Because this time, all the clues point to her.
The last person I saw him with looked like you.
Ashley Judd, Samuel L. Jackson, Andy Garcia.
Did you kill these men?
Twisted. Rated R. Starts Friday, February 27th.
The Superstar Kids are back with Superstar Kids Volume 2, singing their versions of your favorite radio Disney hits, including songs made popular by Hilary Duff, Clay Aiken, Michelle Branch, and more. Songs like So Yesterday, Invisible, Are You Happy Now, and many more. Plus, Superstar Kids 2 also includes 5 bonus karaoke tracks, so you can sing along at home and be a superstar. Superstar Kids 2 is the follow-up to the original Superstar Kids album, which features songs like Get the Party Started, Skater Boy, Jenny from the Block, and many more. You can call the number on your screen to order both the original Superstar Kids and the all-new Superstar Kids Volume 2 with 5 bonus karaoke tracks, all G-rated for $24.98. As a part of this special TV offer, you'll also receive the Cheetah Girls Karaoke CD free with your paid order.
All right.
That's 3 CDs of $45 value, all for $24.98.
Can you see
we're here.
frame?
Oh, I could see you. You're in.
Is my mic on or anything?
Yeah, you're good. Can you not hear?
I can't hear it. I can't hear it if that's just I mean, it's...
These are for you.
I should know what to do with this. I've been doing it forever.
Got room for these?
Desi Arnaz.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. I start with Desi Arnaz. I still have that hot Lucy, Ricky Ricardo sex talk. It's still in my brain.
They were hot in the sack.
Like hot, like 50s sex, just, it must have been kind of dirty. All hairy and like a lot of makeup.
So welcome to the second half here, everybody. We're here. We're going to watch. We got some sports to talk about. So I figure we put let me see how much you can see. This is a game from 1994 or 96. This is the Jaguars versus Broncos in the divisional playoffs.
Oh, I like this. I was living in LA at the time. And Dick Enberg.
Brunell, the one, he was like the first of the touted Packer backup quarterbacks. Absolutely. Because of him, like Hasselbeck had a career, and I think Ty Detmer had a little bit of a career, I believe. And that was all. It was. There was Ty Detmer, and wasn't there a Coy Detmer?
Yeah, absolutely. The Detmer brothers, absolutely. Coy played
Ty
for Colorado.
Detmer was like the all-time college football's all-time leading passer for a long time.
Absolutely, and he played for the BYU, and he got those records in the late '80s. I think he won a Heisman Trophy. I think in '90. I want to say they beat Miami of Florida. BYU beat Miami of Florida like in 1990 when Miami of Florida was the U, was the flat. They're Mormon white. Okay, here's the thing about it though. I always feel like BYU has a little bit of an unfair advantage because they have guys who are like 25 and 26 years old playing on the team.
Yeah.
I mean, this is in Denver. I mean, they have guys who are like, they have 3 kids and shit. You're playing a 19, 20, 21-year-old. You're 4 to 5 years older than them. That's a big difference. At that age, that's a very big difference. You're a man at 25, 26. 21, you're still kind of a teenage goof,
I still think they need to bring back the fucking Orange Crush uniforms.
Yeah. This was the last year of them. They actually them losing this game, they changed their uniform for that reason.
They thought it was like a curse.
Yeah, just like, hey, we got to change our look.
Up, yeah.
And as superficial as that may be, I think it actually makes an impact.
I think he went to my middle school, Natron Means.
Really? You have to admit. That's one of the greatest football names ever. Natron Means? Mean isn't his last name. That ain't no nickname. That's his actual name.
It sounds like someone who definitely you can carry something on Natron Means' back.
Yeah. Well, he's and I got a feeling
he was born in rubble.
Paul McGuire was still on the fucking team.
Young Phil Simms,
Jesus.
Dick Enberg.
Jesus. Enberg's dead.
Look at that. Just really company men with the jackets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now they let them wear like their normal clothes.
Yeah.
But we're talking about this. We're watching this because we've had movement in a lot of the NFL, actually. There's been owners, fucking GMs, coaches getting fired.
Yep.
And both of our alma maters, our professional alma maters, made some fucking moves.
That time when I tried out for the Vikings in 1991. Yeah, the Vikings and the Bears.
The Bears cleaned house.
Or as I call them, the Queens and the Bears. So anyway.
Yeah, you don't have a name for the Bears.
No, because you want to know why?
You respect them.
I hated them honestly, Keith, the hatred I had towards the Green Bay Packers was equivalent towards the Bears like in 1986 and shit when they were at the height of their greatness.
Because Peyton made you cry so much.
And I hated them. But I actually, having lived in Chicago for many years, I kind of have a respect for them. I have respect for the Bears, you know. They're much more tolerable than the Packers.
I didn't realize.
And they're one of the original teams, you know. I
didn't realize how old John Elway was at the time, like watching these.
Oh, yeah. It was a tail end of his career.
I didn't know he was like, but even towards that, even it being, he played till he was almost 40.
Yeah, he played two more. He played in 97 and in 98 too, and then he retired.
Yeah, I always think 99 because the Super Bowl was actually in 1999.
Yeah,
so I always think like, oh, he played until then. But
yeah, which he did, but that was his last year. He was, but I mean, I think he had played 17 years. He played from 83 to 98, so I got 16 seasons he played. That's a lot. You've had a long career. Roethlisberger career. That came to an end. No one really gave a shit.
Did he officially say I'm done?
It was rumored. I think it's going to be the case.
Watch him be one of those guys that like, no, I think I can get a job somewhere else. so let me get, because my vibes of the Bears cleaning house, they fired no nationalist Ryan Pace. He can go off and be.
He can write
Stacy Keach and join his fucking American History X.
Yeah, he can write Turner Diaries Part 2. Yeah, that's it. It's always been his lifelong dream.
Matt Nagy got fired.
Yeah.
But I think Bears fans were optimistic for about 2 hours. So George McCaskey had a press conference. It went horrible because he essentially said we needed a change, but we're going to not really change anything. Like, we needed to change things up, but we're going to do things the exact same way we did it with Matt Nagy. We're going to get Bill Polian, another 80-year-old man who thought Lamar Jackson should play wide receiver, who actually won an MVP at quarterback. He thought he should change to wide receiver. We're going to get that genius to help, which I will say over the weeks I've softened to Polian at least. If they fully let Bill Polian take the reins of this,
that wouldn't be good.
It actually might, because Polian has a history of hiring good head coaches.
Yeah.
But we got other scary shit of Mike Lombardi, who used to be a front office guy. He's hearing for people that have been interviewed by the Bears that they're not asking correct questions. That the Bears are hard up about scouting. I guess they keep asking about scouting in the interviews. And Mike Lombardi said, like, the general manager, that's not really his job.
Yeah.
Like, the general manager needs to worry about other stuff. So if you're going in there thinking about like, well, how are you going to scout this person? Like, so a lot of people that have gone in for interviews have been like, they're really kind of not really asking the right questions.
Yeah.
It was just kind of foreboding of people being like, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah.
They seem kind of dumb during the interview.
Yeah. Putting the toe in the water, and the initial feedback is it's not positive, right? It's only been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks for both the Vikings and for the Bears.
And it looks like they wanted two people from the Colts. They wanted that Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator from the Colts, and they want their, like, again, a scouting director. They want like the scouting coach, college pro personnel scout for the Colts.
Here's the thing.
It really seems like the Chicago Bears are really they usually take one or two things, and out of the list of complaints from a season, they usually pick one or two things that like is the thing they focus on.
Yeah.
And I think they're focusing on everybody being like, Ryan Pace hasn't hit on any of these early first round picks.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the quote specifically that they want the Colts guy because he's hit on first and second round picks consistently.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's, I mean,
but then just hire a scout then.
Here's the thing about it though, too. One of the things, and my brother and I talk about this a lot, the Packers do very well. One of the things that they obviously, having, Tony Baselli, God, Leon Searcy,
Dave Weidel.
Yeah.
Rich Tlisky. Two of those five people are dead.
Oh yeah,
there's no way.
They had heart attacks. Yeah, this is 25 years ago.
Old Mile High. I thought the stadium was actually a mile tall.
Mark Brunell. Natron means Jimmy Smith and McCardell. So they had decent receivers. Smith and McCardell were decent. Jimmy Smith, I think, has I think they have a combined 1,700 receptions or so. I mean, they were very good. Very good players. They were good players. But again, I was thinking about with the Vikings, what they have done is whatever. I watched the press conference from the Wilfs, the team they own the
Ziggy.
They own the
team. They're owned by Ziggy.
They have three brothers, the three Wilf brothers, who were shopping mall developers in New Jersey. So I'm sure they have no mafia connections whatsoever. I'm sure there's nothing mobbed up about the Minnesota Vikings in any way, shape, or form. these weird white fans up there that want to Christianize them. Like, why is it when you cheer for something, you have to project, they're such a flawed organization in such a weird way. Such a weird way. I think they've done some pretty good forays into interviews for GMs. I think they've had 2 head coaching interviews and like 4 GM interviews. They interviewed that woman from the Eagles who was actually a 33-year-old
progressive,
and she worked in the front office for the Montreal Alouettes and the Toronto Argonauts before the Eagles got her. But she's risen. She's very much into the analytics of football. The analytics of football is her thing, So they did it. I don't know. I think it's somewhat intriguing of a decision. I don't know. I mean, it's young. How do you measure things now?
Look, you were allowed to pop the quarterback.
There is something to. You got to be able to develop players, but where my brother and I talk about this long-winded point to get there with the Packers, what they do well beyond having the quarterback, they always seem to get good free agent signings who play well at the end of the season. They do it every fucking year. So they got some board where it's not the guys who are on rosters now. All the practice squads, and guys who are doing UPS delivery, and they have a way of they always get 3 or 4 guys at the end of the season that contribute to the team. Their depth is always very good. It also helps having a legendary quarterback. That helps a lot. You mask a lot of flaws when you don't have a Pro Bowl quarterback, back-to-back Pro Bowl quarterbacks, or Hall of Fame quarterback. You have legendary quarterbacks back-to-back. 30 years of legendary quarterback play. This is not going to happen again. Anyway, but my point is, as I digress, is I think the Vikings, whatever. I'm kind of new. A lot came out about why they fired Zimmer and Spielman. They didn't talk the last 3 months of the season, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
just completely on a different page.
Yeah, and he does not like Kellen Mond. That's why he deactivated him for the last game of the season. It was a fuck you to Spielman. They also talk about his history. There were 6 offensive coordinators with the Vikings over 8 years. Norv Turner.
Well, he's not like an offensive guy.
No, he's
right?
not. But yet he mucks it up.
I bet you he's one of these guys who thinks these rah-rah offenses are a fad.
Yes.
The bear.
Yeah.
In the end, defenses will win out, which I think it's statistically, I've always been saying it, but I think they've shown that 5 of the top 10 defenses didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I can see it. How do you measure a good defense? It's not just total yards, turnovers. It's not just that. There's sort of a certain, there's a certain dominance. If you're going to do it with defense, it's got to be overwhelming talent. You need 3 or 4 Hall of Fame guys on your team and a bunch of very good support players too. So he
called George McCaskey. Sorry to interrupt you. He called Olin Kreutz a liar during the press conference, and then they edited it out during the YouTube videos because there was a story that the McCaskey offered Olin Kreutz $15 an hour to coach linemen at training camp.
Wow.
And then they confronted him with that story, and they said, he goes, I think anything that Olin says you need to take with a grain of salt. And I think he even said he's a habitual liar.
Yeah.
And then Olin Kreutz, I guess it stems from this argument they had because George McCaskey used to be the head of the ticket office, which shows you how that's another frustrating thing.
Yeah.
He said that the new GM will report directly to him. So they don't need a president of football operations because they're going to report directly to me. Ted's going to be off building the new stadium. And then he also said,
that's old school, man.
So he
that's
said,
old school.
So he goes, the GM's going to report to me and I'm going to evaluate him. But then they asked him so what do you think qualifies you for that? And he goes, well, I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator. But you just said you're going to be evaluating the football.
Gary Zimmerman and Mark Schlereth. Sorry about that. Gary Zimmerman's in the Hall of Fame.
Tom Nalen. I know that name.
Brian Habib. 2 ex-Vikings.
Those are those names.
2 ex-Vikings.
At the time that you think you're always going to remember. And then you were like, oh, yeah, fucking Tom Nalen. Where the fuck is that guy? What lazy boy chair is that guy fused to at this point?
I'm sure he's drilling CTE. It is, his brain is
next
now
to Mongo.
Melted. Yeah, God, no kidding. That was a crazy story.
That fucking floored you.
Yeah, absolutely it did, man. Because he's he's someone that I remember. He's a famed player on the 85 Bears.
Do you remember when he professional wrestled?
A very
he was awful.
Little bit.
He had a little dog. He's one of those people that was bad, but they still needed his name, so they made him an
Clyde
announcer.
Simmons is on this from the Eagles. Clyde Simmons.
Dana Hall. You got a man
Kevin Hardy's
Dana.
from Illinois.
Kevin Hardy, I think, went to my middle school.
Yeah. He was a very good football player. Dana Hall, Mickey. Yeah, I remember some of these guys. Jesus Christ. Chris Hudson, who played for Colorado. University of Colorado. I saw him play in college. He was a pretty good player. He's a good athlete. Obviously, he's in the NFL. But I mean, this was
Elway. He's the one guy where I get what people mean when they say prototypical. Oh, yeah.
Like, you watch him and you're like, yeah, that's like a toy. He's like a toy quarterback out there.
Yeah, it's
Red Cashin is our referee.
I watched some of the drive.
Jammed him into those pants before the game. Red. He's out there like a Pillsbury dough man.
God, he's old there. He's obviously dead. 25th year. But yeah,
all men named Red were racist.
the middle name was Neck. But no, they. What was I saying about? I had a good point about just with the football thing and what was going. With the Bears. No, Elway. Him being prototypical. I watched some of the drive. They had the drive on it. They had basically the top 100 or the worst playoff loss for every single team was on the NFL app. So I watched that, and I want to see what they had for the Vikings, Bears, whatever. But they had they had the Browns. Browns had two. They had the back-to-back games.
Oh yeah,
of 86 and 87. They had the only team that had two.
This 87 one, they had a better shot to win, right? Weren't they more favored in that one?
Yeah, well, it was on the road. The first one in 86, I think they were probably favored.
Was in Cleveland, yeah.
It doesn't matter. They were going to get smoked by any NFC team because the NFC was so much better.
What's for people who don't know, for what's legendary about those games is not only is it 2 playoff losses, but it's 2 playoff losses signified by one's the drop, and the other one is the fumble, and the other one is the fumble when Ernest Biner fumbles
as he's going to go across the goal line.
Yeah,
people forget he had
that was the go-ahead touchdown, right?
Oh yeah, and he had an amazing. I think he ran for like 160 yards that game. He had a totally good game, but he fumbled that one time. But
which, with inflation, is like 400 yards.
Yeah, with current football needs, with video game consciousness, the number has to be higher. That's the only way to signify something being better.
It is weird how, but I almost think it's incredible that a young generation has, because it started with fat fucks like me who were like, wouldn't it be cool if you could really play like Madden? And then younger kids were like,
yeah,
they
I'm going to play
Madden
like Madden
so much that just when they emulated on the football field, they were like I'm sure the first parents were like, why are you throwing the ball fucking across the field all the time? You're like, that's how it is in Madden.
Yeah.
You just had these kids that were like, no, it's cool to throw 80-yard passes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but I will say my point about him being the prototypical quarterback that sparked this memory with Elway, watching the drive, looking at his arm, he had a howitzer arm. When he was truly young, his arm was strong as any football arm I've ever seen.
I guess Marino, they say his release was like, you heard it like,
yeah,
like you heard
it was just tight and quick, whereas Elway just had, you could tell, I'm sure Elway could throw a mid-90s fastball. Like he had a really good arm.
Statistically, Marino is the fastest.
Wow.
He throws the fastest ball, and Favre, I think, was up there too.
Yeah, Favre, and so standing, and you got to beat you from the pocket. But something, not everyone can do that.
Favre had that good old country, like, I'm addicted to pills strength.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get fucked up and just punch a tree trunk. And it fucking works my shoulders out.
He had a howitzer. He was a little too in love with his howitzer. His decision-making was erratic at times. When you compare him to Aaron Rodgers, who is, Green Bay's got a good chance of winning it all this year. They got a very good chance of winning it all. It's all lined up for them to win it all, and that disappoints me. But at the same time, I think if he wins it, he may retire.
Aponte, so I'm reading the chat here. Aponte says if the Vikings hire that woman, your guys are going to play Moneyball. He says start writing that Moneyball script.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, because she's of a metrics background, and so that's and I could see the Vikings thinking, ooh, we're going to do something different. We're going to think outside the box. Yeah. But it's like, there's always some other flaw.
The Vikings actually were numbers people. They'll come up some weird heritage fucking thing of why.
Exactly.
Because that's what McCaskey did too. They were like, what are some words that signify what you're looking for in a coach and owner? And they just go gritty, tough, winning football. They want Ditka again.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this guy.
Here's my thing, because
he retired 30. He got fired 30 years ago.
All of the finalists have been defensive coaches.
Yeah,
and I'm fine with that. If you want to hire a new Lovie Smith, that's fine. But you better make goddamn sure that this guy comes in and says like, "Oh, I'm also going to hire the best offensive staff in football."
Yeah,
because that's the problem with Lovie Smith is he had 19 offensive coordinators.
Yeah.
He did not know how to build an offense. You don't need to know how to run one. You need to know how to assemble an offensive staff.
They were basically a defense and Devin Hester. That's what they were. They were and Devin Hester was that much of a game changer.
And 1 year and half a season of Rex Grossman.
Yeah, of being good. I think Grossman could have been a good quarterback.
He was like Drew Brees type of shit. Like if he could have stayed healthy, he'd be Drew Brees.
Yep, but he couldn't. He was too slight. Couldn't take the beating.
If Jay Cutler had a shot with with an offensive line. I mean, people forget that Jay Cutler took the Bears to the NFC title game.
Yeah.
His first year with them.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big deal. But it just,
lost to the pack, the Whackers.
It just, when you don't have good quarterback play, so it's all about that position. It's so fucking important. And I don't know.
And so Zimmer was down on Mond.
Oh, down on Mond.
Now,
down on some person. Also, I guess he had a press conference. I gotta say one more thing. This is 2 weeks before he was fired. He just started to go through the grievances of his career. If Bridgewater wouldn't have broke his leg, I wouldn't be in this position, and he was going off on all these, and you know what happened? And all these grievances from like 6 years earlier. It's like, dude, that doesn't fucking matter. What's going on now? What's going on now with your team? Like, he's just a crusty old fuck. And it's like, his message wore thin. It wore thin.
Do you have any people? Obviously, you want Bieniemy, right?
Oh, I thought about Eric Bieniemy, an offensive mind, because I actually think that their offense, the component pieces are there to be a pretty good offense. So I think they got to go a little more offensive. Don't overcorrect.
You want to know what the
don't go overcorrect.
You want to know what the new stereotype for black coaches is?
What?
He doesn't interview well.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's the new,
really?
he doesn't have a head for how they'd say, the black quarterbacks don't have a head for the game. Anytime. Yeah, Byron Leftwich didn't interview that well. Bieniemy didn't interview that well.
Leftwich I actually would like. I think Leftwich could be pretty good.
And sometimes it probably means
him.
Maybe they're an introvert and they excel at the actual plays of the game. You don't need a head coach that's on the sidelines fucking.
What I think it really is. Okay, this is not working right now.
You just got to pick it up and fuck with it. It's not.
Is it? It's that right here. Okay. Yeah. The. What I think it is too, I know with Bieniemy the issue.
Is it?
Yeah, it's good. The issue with Bieniemy, he has I think there is a sexual assault charge that I think he might have been found guilty on in his past. But that was when he was at the University of Colorado, which is 30 years ago. So when I hear he doesn't interview well, I also think you could say there's something in his past that we don't really like, So I think that could be in the discussion too. Bieniemy, an offensive-minded coach, but don't overcorrect. Don't overcorrect. Yeah. And again, I feel like the defensive coaches, they just struggle. You said with Lovie Smith, of not being able to sort of head coach football. They don't, and that kind of relationship between the two, they can't master that. It seems like a lot of defensive guys, certain guys their makeup is better for head coaching. Jimmy Johnson, I think, was a very good head coach. He knew how to kind of manage things, But I don't know the intimate data. I've never been in a football locker room to know what's their style, what is effective about it. One thing about Zimmer they said too, the owners did 20 behind the back interviews and asked him about the GM and the head coach over the past month because they knew they were going to fire him to get all the data of what's going wrong with the team. And they said culture of fear runs the Vikings. They didn't like it. Culture of just like, you're going to lose your fucking job. Again, the worst thing for pro football was the 1990 Giants winning that fucking Super Bowl. Because we can just defense it out and just crap fucking nickels.
That's what
and just do it that way.
Florio said something where I think he was talking about the Vikings where he goes, I know people don't want to win 10-7, but we might get a guy that thinks that way.
Oh, I know. And it's just like, no, that's what Zimmer was. They went to this key point in 2018. They beat the Eagles 37 to whatever it was. They dropped 37 points, and he came into the offensive meeting and said, "We need to run the ball more." That was it. He just made that comment. They never score more than 24 points the next 11 games, and that was Cousins' first year. So that to me is a ripple effect.
I love that's such an old man type of thing. I'm trying to think the social equivalent to that of being like, because they think like you run the ball more, it opens up the play action. Or it's almost like the elbow grease of like, just give it a little more elbow grease.
And there's also this idea that like, you're going to help the defense out. You'll give them a little bit more rest maybe. So because we're a defensive minded team.
50 seconds between snaps.
Yeah. Or you'll have more time off.
That's also a thing I think these old coaches hate because they don't know how to manage the clock. I think for a long time, coaches have had the inability. Their clock management is we'll run the ball.
Yeah.
And we'll take. So I think you have these players who thrive in a no huddle offense, and these coaches don't know what the fuck they don't know how to manage the game around. Like I'm not used to having 40 seconds at the start of a play, and then
I know,
and they because I think that dictates when they blow timeouts. Because even in video games, like wait till the play clock goes down to 1 second and then call your timeout.
Yeah,
where like I think that's. You call a timeout at 35 seconds or 24 seconds, like right when the fucking...
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, you have 2 timeouts left and you're like, oh, I thought usually I think some coaches think like, oh, I called a timeout. There must, only be 10 seconds left on the clock or something.
Yeah.
They have this weird like muscle memory of like, I called a timeout. It's late in the game.
Yeah.
Like, no, your quarterback is fucking calling hike after 4 seconds. There's still 5 minutes left in this quarter and you're out of timeouts.
Yeah. It is. I think there's an adjustment going on. It is for me. This is the first year when I feel like the spread offense, correct me if you think I'm wrong, I feel like the spread offense was more implemented even more this year than previous years. Do you think is that accurate? Or maybe,
oh, yeah.
And so I feel like it's interesting. But for me to watch it, I'm kind of like, initially I'd be like an old man, power eye. No, I actually see the attributes of the spread. I think there's some positive things with it. My beef is there needs to be a few more rule changes in the defense's favor. And I've said this before. You can't make pass interference a 48. You can't assume the receiver is going to catch it. Give him an automatic first down and give him 15 yards.
Here's the new thing too with offenses. It's not just the spread. It's not just the spread.
All two of you listening.
It's the ability to adjust.
Oh yeah. You got to adapt. It's adapt in the middle of a game.
Not even in the middle of a game.
Series, play to play.
But like there are like if you're coming into a situation with this guy, like change your offense up a little bit. Like I've heard Andy Reid did that with Mahomes. Like
absolutely,
he saw tape of him and was like, "Oh no, we're just gonna do fly routes. I'm gonna just fucking design long plays. We're gonna get fucking cannon.
Couple of very fast receivers, and
I think
we'll be okay."
Nagy and there's coaches like that. Zimmer's probably the same way on the defense. Where like you're just so rigid in your system. And I'm worried that the Bears are going to hire another rigid system guy.
Yeah.
We're like, and I've heard creepy rumors that got busted, but creepy rumors that like, they've left trading Fields on the table for the next GM.
I don't do
We're
that.
like not saying that they're going to, but they're leaving that as like a extra
dangling
incentive.
kind of piece or
like,
whatever,
we're not married to Fields. Like, yes, you are. But then like someone reported that and then immediately in the next paragraph, they were like, the odds that they let the new GM trade Fields are slim to none.
Yeah, you can't.
But they were like, there's rumblings that they're floating that as like a smell the steak here. Like,
look at what we have,
Like basically, I think they're trying.
That cupboard is bare.
What I think they're trying to tell people, and I think it's a lot. And I think that's
Terrell Davis
and I think that's what's turning off coaches. Is I think McCaskey is trying to tell the GM candidates like, I'm not going to bother you. Like you can trade Fields if you want. I'm not going to bug you about it. But then people are going in being like, but I'm reporting to you.
Yeah.
So obviously you're going to be involved.
Yeah.
I think there's just coaching candidates going in and being like, I think this guy's full of shit.
Yeah. He's a moron. They all got to talk to people too, in terms of what the work environment's going to be like. I mean, the Bears definitely think of themselves, they're one of the original teams. Like they think of themselves as being, the core of football.
But I agree. And then we'll get into some TV league here in a minute. Cause I think we've pretty much said what we need to say. Yeah. I think Leftwich would be good for Justin Fields because Leftwich, a lot of people say like, well, he's got Tom Brady. He
played the position.
He also was the coordinator for Arians when Jameis Winston threw 40 touchdowns.
Yeah, no,
he also threw 38 interceptions, but he threw for 5,000 yards. He got Jameis Winston to throw for 5,000 yards. Like he's done it without Tom Brady.
I think Leftwich is actually not a bad choice.
A lot of people are tipping him for the Jacksonville job, though.
Yeah, because he played at Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know his name has not come up for the Vikings. They've gone for a couple Eagle guys, a couple Brown guys, and a couple Colt guys.
Couple Brown guys.
They were
Can I see the
Browns.
remote?
Absolutely, buddy. And it just so. Whatever. They're going to make their choice. I just found it was interesting what was leaked the last 2 weeks about just how toxic the relationship had gotten there. And the Thinking Man's podcast that I occasionally listen to, Skull North, I think is what it is. Is that what it is, Skull North?
Is that what they advertise? A Thinking Man's podcast?
Well, no, but there's that contrasted with Paul Allen, who's their born-again Christian radio announcer. He's part of the reason why they're not a good team. He annoys me so much. When Zimmer and Spielman got fired, my brother sent me a 13-minute clip from K-Fan, which is the real square call-in show in Minneapolis. You would have thought he was going to weep. 25 years of coaching experience, coaching and general management, making men like that whole like weird, like his analysis was so off. It's like, yeah. And how many fucking Super Bowls did they go to? None. Their GM was a bum. I'm so glad they got rid of him. I'm glad they figured it out and realized that they got to change that. Cause it just, he didn't hit enough. And where he was bad drafting, he would trade for all these draft choices and get guys like in the 5th, 6th, and 7th round, and like none of them would really work out. So it's like, yeah, you're making this kind of splash of all these trades, but very few of the players are working out. So I think there is something to personnel, kind of development and discovering those types of players, but it's you're meshing different systems. I felt with it, there was always some flaw in what it never seemed smooth with the Vikings.
I don't know if they put Judge Steve Harvey. Oh, here we go.
And yet they also have a weird, shrewd way of occasionally getting some real talent up there. Justin Jefferson's good. Dalvin Cook is a good football player. They have some talent, but it's not enough. Their offensive lines is too fucked up.
All right, so what episode of Judge Steve Harvey do you want to watch? We're going to talk
Stuck
about
on
TV
Stupid.
League.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Stuck on Stupid.
You got to get me off.
You really melted off right there.
But it's just they, so we'll see. I mean, I don't know.
I guarantee, Crow, mark my words, Spielman's going to have another job.
I guarantee
people were talking him up there. I read, like I said, I read an article that were like, the Bears should look at Spielman.
No. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know, man.
And it's so funny because they referenced his hit on first round picks. He hits a lot on first round picks.
No, he doesn't.
They listed like 5.
Yeah, how about they had 3 first-round picks in 2013. One of those guys is still in the NFL, Xavier Rhodes. Other guys were out of the NFL within 3 fucking years. That's just not true.
So to set this up,
moronic 30,000-foot fans don't know shit about what's going on. I actually understand what's going on, and my brother, we can break it down. And it is just they're flawed. I'm not thinking about. I'm going.
So Steve Harvey is a judge.
He's a judge, which is hilarious.
It's not real law. He's more to like roast. He's
really
it's a roast court.
Really, he's not. He's not a really attorney.
They probably did some stupid bullshit outside like the urban comedy clubs. Who were like, we would have joke court if you did some stuff, and Steve Harvey was the judge.
He sent me text messages like sweatshopping me about the email.
I'm sorry. I have to ask a question. What is sweatshop?
I have no idea.
Is that a term?
I'm sure he gets into it. What's sweat? He's probably drinking an old fashioned like.
Some shitness in a bourbon glaze.
He asked for Southern cuisine.
You did that. Is this based in Atlanta?
No, I mean, probably.
Atlanta's like a fucking. They make a lot of production.
What makes Steve Harvey? Oh fuck! I keep kicking this. I told you I keep kicking all week. I've been kicking this. What makes Steve Harvey relevant is he has officially said he's not making a stand-up special ever again because of cancel culture. It's changed. Society's changed so much. That to me is such a cop out at this point. Like, oh, you don't want to sit down and like. Change some stuff. You want to go out there and do the same. My daddy did this.
Yeah.
My dad used to beat me with a sewer cap.
And why would he? He's made his money. You know what I mean?
I can't go out and talk about how it's okay to physically abuse your children anymore. And because of that, I will refuse to do comedy now because I can't talk about abusing my son.
To marry her.
Oh yeah,
David doesn't want to get married and is countersuing for $2,300 for her lost engagement ring.
But this is part Jerry Springer, that audience.
Oh, totally. It's like it's all that. It's weird. And like a part of also the reality show aspect of it.
He proposed.
I'm going to go through some TV League stuff here.
God. For the cost
so in the time that we've been off, we've had a shitload of series premieres and league debuts. I'm going to get into it. Keep this up just enough in the background. Can you hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it fine. It's great. It's perfect.
So I'm going to start from the bottom division today. God damn it. We embrace the flaws. So we've had a series debut of Naomi, new DC show. You probably don't care about that.
Naomi Campbell?
Yeah, Naomi Campbell, young Naomi Campbell. It's about a young girl who runs a Superman blog. It like exists in our world where Superman is a comic book character. And she has this encounter where she passes out and she sees Superman fly above the sky and everybody thinks it's a prank. But I know the comic book, she ends up getting superpowers. That is sitting dead last in
good
early morning north, but it's only had 2 episodes. But it did lose. And then we got another series debut, Pivoting. I don't know what that show is. Good Sam series debut. Let the World See, a series debut. We got 2 sentence horror stories. Joe Millionaire for Richer or Poorer. a series debut. That's a one where there's two guys, one's rich, one's not, and they don't tell the girls which one.
And so they got to kind of figure it out, and then
I'm not here for money.
Yeah,
and then,
I'm here for love.
Well,
sure you are.
That's like the trailer. So, So it's a bunch of girls being like, "I'm here for love, not money," and then they say like one of these guys is rich, one is, and it's the girls like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like they're all upset. This is bullshit.
Well, they're basically redoing the very first Bachelor. Wasn't that one of the very first, like the Fox show, like 20 years ago? Or Joe Blow? Wasn't there some show?
No, there was Joe Schmo where the dude thought he was on a reality show, and it was all just like an improv sketch. That show was actually great.
God,
the episode where they told him he was Joe Schmo was fantastic because he took it so well.
Oh, okay.
Because some people would probably be a little miffed, like, "Oh, you lied to me for fucking however many months we were here."
Yeah.
But he was just like, "Fuck yeah, man!" Looked like Owen Benjamin and shit.
Yeah.
20-somethings Austin with a league debut, 3.7 league score. That is a reality show of a bunch of kids in Austin that are just living in Austin trying to get jobs. That's where we're at with reality shows. Get these kids
sounds
a
like
condo.
the real world. Isn't it just the real world?
It's like, yeah, it's Netflix's stab at the real world.
Wow.
20-somethings Austin. Now, I'm sure they'll have other cities.
I feel like the real world truly was the first
Let's
reality show.
see what Steve has to say about it.
Would you agree?
Oh, totally.
Yeah. It was, I mean, it was a phenomenon. People of my generation, you knew who Puck was.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Call all over the world a proposal.
Right. Okay.
That's what that is.
I seem to think everything happens for a reason. Ask her where that ring's at now.
Hold on, wait.
Don't change the subject.
This woman to marry you or not?
You do, yeah, and I did.
Because you're about to get shipped off?
What is his mustache?
It looks like the black hole.
It
like
really does.
Yeah.
It looks like it doesn't even stop at his nose. It looks like it goes into his nose. That if you looked inside Steve Harvey's nose, it's just all mustached.
It's weird. I'm just thinking about him.
That now you want to make sure.
That's Steve Harvey's thing. He just repeats things, but in his like, you just want to make sure. I'm trying not to do black voice, obviously.
But it's
and then he talks about what his daddy would do. You know, my daddy would beat me with a 2x4. It always leads to some sort of physical abuse upon a child.
Did you ever? I mean, when you think of those old like Night at the Apollo, I think Dwayne Kennedy did the Apollo in 1988, and he'd been doing comedy for 3 years, and he had a lucky pair of socks that he would wear when he did stand up, but they were yellow socks. They were kind of a brightish yellow, and he had, his pants didn't quite go down far enough, so you got a little flash of like maybe an inch and a half of yellow sock, inch and a half. And when he went up on stage, he couldn't get a joke and a half in there. Look at your socks! They just immediately went after him for his sock, and he had to leave the stage. That's Dwayne Kennedy. One of the greatest stand-up comedians, if not the best I've ever seen. That's amazing to me. But that shit doesn't happen now, does it? Is there stand-up like that?
That still happens. That still happens. But it's just they roast you for different shit.
Yeah.
It's more detailed. Like, oh, he's out of date. Like, those Jordans are not cool. It's like specific shit. It's not because really gaudy, loud colors are kind of in.
Yeah.
Also, what's in now though is like owning your geekiness. Like, the comic on stage would like roast back of like, yeah, I like this. I eat pussy. In this shirt.
God.
I eat pussy in this shirt. God. You eat pussy. Now it's getting racist.
God, not I just
black people don't like eating box. That's what my dad always told me. That black people have an aversion to eating. Maybe that's a 70s thing.
Well,
I think that was a Richard Pryor line. You don't kiss a pussy.
Yeah, you got to keep that pussy clean. Come on, goddamn woman, you got to keep that pussy clean. What you doing, woman? You got to keep the pussy clean.
Wait.
Yeah.
You got to admit, when he did that, that was pretty revolutionary. When Pryor was up there saying that shit,
So let's just do a contrast here. So this is Steve Harvey. All sizzle, no steak.
Just like she said, absolutely. We have the three.
And then we can switch over here. I got an episode of fucking People's Court from June 1990.
Ooh, God, I was in college. 1990.
Fully mulleted and feathered mustache there?
No. I didn't have a mullet. That's a high school thing. The mullet was made fun. Oh, my God. Speaking of fully mulleted, yeah. Oh, my Lord. Who is that? Is that David Koresh on the right?
We'll see.
It's David Koresh.
He's suing for $1,350 for his damaged free pylon. He claims that in the 6 months he...
What's his name? They showed it at the beginning.
Great Falls. This is fucking Montana.
This is the plaintiff, Jeffrey Pylon.
Jeffrey Pylon.
Once he rented a room in his bossy sister's house. She made his life a nightmare with her absurd restrictions. Then when he...
This is his dumb bitch of a girlfriend, Kathy. She's standing by him because, for some reason, he's got a weird, cool dick.
When I look at her on the left, wasn't she in Blade Runner? Wasn't she the first, replicant that was shot by Decker, by Harrison Ford's character? Isn't that who it was on the left, that hairstyle?
Yeah, it does.
You know, that or Bonnie Wright, a total eclipse
Looks
of
like
the
a
heart.
fucking
Turn
replicant.
around, bright eyes.
decided to move
And David
out.
Koresh.
He maliciously
Sorry,
damaged
we got
his
off.
car and waterbed. He's suing for $1,350 for his damaged property, a rent refund, and his missing camera.
Those are all like extras in the back.
Jeffrey Pylon, sexual assault.
This is the defendant, Christine Pylon.
She's fucking ugly. Her brother makes fun of her all the time for looking like a rat.
Ooh, that bangs, those bangs. Oh.
She looks like Dee Snider.
I mean, the hairstyles. I knew they were bad back
Christine, defendant, accused of being gross.
Well, I was in college then, so my hair was a little better than that because I was a little bit more aware. You know what I mean? Like, play the bongos. What, is this the beginning of fucking, Mission Impossible or something? Dun, 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 dun.
Both parties have agreed to fight to the death after this case is over.
Doug Llewellyn.
And welcome to the People's Court.
Hi, I'm Greg Kinnear, and welcome to the People's Court.
Now,
I remember thinking,
That's Bizarro Greg Kinnear.
Here's how old I am. I remember seeing this like even before this time.
This specific episode?
No, not this episode, but just the People's Court was around probably in the early 80s. 81, I think it started. I remember watching it a little bit at that time. Not a lot, maybe 4 or 5 episodes. Enough to remember.
Oh, she looks like she's in tears almost already.
And it was, I remember thinking they all, like Doug Llewellyn looked super old to me. And
Can
Wapner.
you
And now
imagine the torture that poor Jeff Pylon's been putting her through? Blaring rat all night.
Oh, God.
Fucking punching holes in his wall in the walls.
Again, this is a pre-Nirvana. 1990s pre-Nirvana.
They were like this.
That was a distinct delineating point.
This is the era where you were probably super hip if you even knew who Nirvana was. Bleach was out.
Absolutely,
Bleach was out.
Nirvana recorded "Smells Like Teen Spirit" in Madison, Wisconsin. I was living in Madison that summer. I knew nothing of them. I wasn't in those circles.
What was your favorite band? The Pixies or some shit?
No. In '90, I was heavily
Metallica. Still
a little bit of a Metallica, but I was a big Public Enemy. Big Public Enemy.
Big rap. College brought the hip hop into you, huh?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
You met the one black guy in Wisconsin.
NWA and Public Enemy, but also Digital Underground. I mean, I was old school.
All 5 blacks in Wisconsin.
Well, yeah,
we're fucking
in Milwaukee.
Again,
I definitely went down the hip hop kind of early. To me, that's like the classic rock era of hip hop. I feel, you know what I mean? It's kind of like this, what like Boston is. You know, from 70s classic stadium rock, like that era of hip hop is like classic hip hop. You know, sort of like, I mean, it's dated, but it's still good.
Let's get to the main event though, and let's get the honorable fucking Judge Wapner up here.
With Judge Wapner. I know that each of you has been sworn, and I have read your complaints.
Like, that's the thing about the Judge Wapner. This show is boring. Like, he's just going to straight judge this case.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that's why they needed puffy-haired freaks like this to be the entertainment.
Yeah,
because they're like,
absolutely.
Wapner's not going to give you anything funny, or he's by the book. This is a real fucking judge.
These are also probably like clown actors, like doing a goof, right? You think someone with that cynical?
Wapner's like how the referees are really lawyers, but they like reffing games for fun. Like, that's Wapner's People's Court. Like,
that's hilarious.
He really does, but this is his like, I'll do it for fun.
Yeah.
Condominium, a room. Yes, sir. When did you include it all?
It's a fuck pad. I live in a fuck pad. I call it the Beaver Box.
I do.
Oh, he had to put the shades on. These are actually prescription. My doctor, the Dr. Love, he prescribed these.
This is, I mean, again, yeah, I mean, you're right. You're actually right. And they had to have a little bit of a goofy look to them. I think you're right. I mean, it was also, this is the caliber of person. Couldn't you see the people who created Jerry Springer watch them and say, you know something?
Let's fucking tune it up a little bit.
Yeah, we could do something with this.
Let's do this, but with people that are on like up for meth charges and stuff like that.
Or like, the illegitimate children, sexually transmitted diseases.
Illegitimate children.
You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Can you see him saying that?
Weird deformities. Let's really get into it.
And like, and saying that.
I love that Steve Harvey stays on, by the way.
It's pretty amazing.
We're gonna go over some standings though here.
Absolutely.
Let's cut
here we
to
go.
the shit.
More of it. Yeah.
So early morning North, we got the new bottom division. I'm gonna go through bottom to the top.
Sure.
We have Catching Killers, a Netflix show, 4.34. Dope Sick Hulu show. It's about the introduction of fucking
I heard there's actually an okay
Oxycontin.
show.
I hear it's great.
Yeah, I know people who like
That's
the show.
the thing. The really good shows don't really have the. I was thinking about this the other day. The really good shows don't have the big scores because they really take a lot out of you when you watch them.
Yeah.
Or you'd want to savor them. Like we watched that Only Murders in the Building show with Martin Short and Steve Martin. That's a really good fucking show. It's one of the few shows where as the episodes ended, look at those teeth, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing racial about that. I'm just saying it really pops on YouTube.
Absolutely.
The man, he
gets them clean.
It's because
he goes to the dentist.
It's because there's so little hair on his head that every one of his facial features just fucking explodes.
Yeah.
Let's hear what kind of sass he's
Tell me
giving
what that is.
So
them. Kind of white shit. She's probably talking about Wado shit.
can put a price on a good party. So we have all these girls that would have been in a bridal party.
So the good shows though, they're not wallpaper. The other shows that are kind of shitty, those are your wallpaper shows.
Yeah.
You leave them on just to do dishes or whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it later. Grey's Anatomy is number 2 in the prime right now.
I know.
It's climbed its way up.
And that is a classic wallpaper show,
It just wins
right?
in streaming. Classic wallpaper show. NCIS, all the cop procedurals, those are all wallpaper shows.
Yeah.
The Witcher is now the number 1 show in America. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But Dope Sick, Only Murders in the Building, other shit, this Gabby's Dollhouse, Home Sweet Home. Well, that's a network show. Selling Tampa is a reality show. Virgin River. Like Virgin River is probably really good. 4.88 super.
You know who the producer of Virgin River rejected my script. But she was cool. She gave feedback.
So early morning North, that's my jam. That's the Jimmy Fallon show. 3 losses in a row. 4.256 super rating. That's good. Superman and Lois, we got a season debut there. Got a loss and a win so far for 4.09 super rating. Marvel's Daredevil has caught back in the Super League or back in the TV league because they showed Daredevil in the new Spider-Man movie. That's how weird it hits. So people saw Daredevil again. They're like, "Oh, I'll fucking watch I'll watch Daredevil on Netflix." And now it's in the TV league, and that's a fucking 8-year-old show.
That's a win, you know.
The Bachelor, OG Bachelor, 2 losses in a row, 3.775. You got the 20-somethings. Cleaning Lady. The Cleaning Lady is about a Panamanian immigrant who gets caught up in some Breaking Bad type gang shit. I'm just the cleaning lady. That's like the tagline for the show.
Yeah.
Could be good. It's had 2 episodes on 1 loss. We'll talk about why I have a couple days of ratings to go over, but I figured out something fun for the super ratings. So they have overnight ratings. But then they finalize them and they include the DVR ratings.
Yeah.
And that hasn't happened yet. And what I found is that some shows, if it like loses by 1 million people, a couple days later, that'll turn into a win with DVR numbers. So I'm gonna do a new thing.
Response.
I'm gonna show the 2 days of fucking. I'm gonna show the 2 days of ratings, and we're gonna guess if they're gonna rebound on a win.
Okay. Cool.
So let's plow through the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
Another Life, we're in the early morning division now. Another Life, Friday Night Lights, Family Reunion, New Girl, Grand Crew, which is like a show about people that are 40 pretending to be 22.
And that's a mid-level show,
it's
right?
It's urban. It's an urban show. You know what I mean?
Did they interview well? Did they interview well?
It's like alt comedy, Another World. Type of show.
Okay.
And then let's fly through the top here. Judge Steve Harvey here is sitting at number 11 in the daytime division. Big Sky, Bluey had its league debut. That's a children's show on Netflix. Abbott Elementary got 8.876. Blackish, the season premiere happened. That's got an 8.746.
Yeah, that show's pretty popular.
It has a win, a loss, and a win. Those are the 3 up. And I think because a lot of these shows, they've been airing 2 episodes in an hour. I think COVID wreaked havoc with these television blocks because a lot of shows are doing like multiple episodes on a night.
Yeah.
Like they'll show 2 episodes of Kenan, just an hour of Kenan.
God, the format is so different now. It's crazy. You know, again, it's trying to keep up with the sort of entertainment palette.
The show you hate, Queens, is number 1 in the post-late fringe division.
So, but that's the top of the second tier, right?
No, this is like we're at the bottom. We're like the third to the bottom here.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Got a win, a loss, and a win. Win, loss, win, loss, win for Queens.
God.
Just underneath it, the Connors, loss and a win.
Yep.
12.506 super rating. Only Murders in the Building, 11.992 super rating. But that's one of those shows because people just don't rewatch it because they're like, well, you know, I kind of got into it. If you get into a show, it takes a lot out of you, and you almost like if you had an argument with your girlfriend while you watched it, you're like, oh, Only Murders in the Building makes me think of that. I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah.
We're like with Grey's Anatomy, the wallpaper shows, you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly. And that's why they have this weird appeal. They have a weird appeal. You would like to think, to me, it would be kind of a more intense drama, should be the thing that actually connects the most. But you know something? That is not the case. Like you can create better quality or something. But I don't want to look down on those shows. That's what those shows are. They know what they are.
Now we got our late fringe division, shows that finalized this week. Law and Order Organized Crime took a loss, 14.176 super rating. It's 12 in the late fringe division. All the animated shows have been off. Your Bob's Burgers, your Family Guys, your Simpsons. They've been off on their Christmas hiatus.
Yeah.
But they should be coming back. We got the Christmas show. We got that country western show coming out soon. I think that's the show we're gonna watch.
With Sarah Sarandon and
I've
Toby
been struggling
Keith?
with finding TV league stuff to really sink our teeth into to like put on an episode and do the standings. But I think this fucking country western fucking dynasty type show is going to be on it. Trace Atkins.
Yeah, it looks gaudy and loud. It's got some sizzle. It's got some sizzle to it, you know. Susan Sarandon, this is what I'm going to do. You know, good for her.
So let's go from the top. Your new number one show in the world is The Witcher. Debuted with 2 billion watch minutes.
Oh my God, that's a lot.
So it was a 43.82 super rating, and it took a win this week.
Yeah.
It upped its minutes. So that's got a 46.82. Just underneath it, Grey's Anatomy, 3 wins in a row, 46.809 super rating. Now number 2 in the prime. Grey's Anatomy, with its streaming and it being actually a TV show,
the two just like
it's got a real shot of it ending up your champion this year.
Yeah. It's been able to go do. Why was it able to be successful in streaming?
Just because people fucking, it's always in the fucking. Anytime you open it up, it's like one of those like because you watched this. Yeah. Anytime you watch a show that has 300 episodes, they're going to throw other shows at you that have like 200 or 300 episodes.
Yeah.
So it could be anything. You could have watched fucking all of Cheers, and now they're like, oh, here's Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Or like Scrubs or something medical.
Oh, you could binge watch it?
It's all based on what your algorithm is. And those other shows are popular, like Chicago Med. And Grey's Anatomy is old enough at this point to where I think people see like, oh, I haven't watched Grey's Anatomy, but I've obviously heard of it.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic. We'll pop on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. God.
Just underneath that in third place is You. Squid Game has dropped down to 4. 3 losses in a row for You in Squid Game.
But they're still doing well, yeah.
But again, those aren't wallpaper shows.
Yeah.
Those are the shows where it's just like, man, that took a lot out of my brain to watch Squid Game.
I've never
just
watched
people
it.
dying for 8 episodes.
God, it seems so
Also, those are shows that you
weird.
binge. Those are shows that people watch like every episode that day. And I think that's also an endurance thing of like, fuck, I don't like.
Yeah.
If I got to watch Squid Game all at once and I don't have 16 hours to fucking kill right now.
Yeah.
Which with Grey's Anatomy, you're not paying attention to it. So you could just put it on for 20 hours.
Yeah, exactly. But that just shows what TV truly is for a lot of people. It hits a different spot in the imagination, you know, and kind of what you want from escapism is a major component for having a television setup.
Number 5, Made.
Obviously.
Netflix's Made.
You heard it here first.
That's again a show about a 17-year-old with a kid who ends up cleaning up shit and gagging in a hotel. Fun stuff. Criminal Minds. Win, loss, win, loss. 37.871 super.
A lot of
Criminal
episodes,
Minds,
though.
another one of those like old shows that for some reason Joe Pantoliano or whatever the fuck.
Is it?
Or Joe Mantegna.
Oh, well, what network is that on?
That was on CBS, but that's a Netflix show right now. That's like off the air. That's been off the air for 10 years.
And they turn it into a Netflix show?
No, it's just they have the show on Netflix.
Oh, and
it's
now
just
people
old
watch
episodes.
It now. Yeah, it's just reruns. You're just watching reruns.
NCIS.
Control over reruns.
NCIS number 7 in the prime. Two wins in a row. 37.45 super rating, making the climb. The season's not doing well, but it's getting wins in streaming. So people are watching those old ones for NCIS.
Yeah.
It's that tattooed fucking crime scene girl.
Yeah.
Once she left, the show fucking took a dip. People don't really watch the new episodes. Fez from that 70s show's not hacking it.
Wow.
They want that fake tattooed girl who was like really Christian in real life, actually.
Yeah, interesting.
The Voice, number 8 off season, but it ended with 3 wins. Ended strong.
Yeah. So it's in the top 10 still.
Number 9, Coco Melon, 35.191 super rating. Lost this week, but it's been pretty strong. 60 Minutes, number 10, 33.61.
You know, it's still
back-to-back wins for 60 Minutes. Well, 60 Minutes got a little bit of mystery to it.
Yeah.
Got the clock.
Yeah, that was like that. I remember like Frontline is what 60 Minutes wants to be, but it falls way short. It goes down the personality path too much. They're always into like the young genius. This 12-year-old can solve a Rubik's Cube in 19 seconds. He can also do calculus. He can also read Spanish. And they like throw everything.
48 hours.
He's a genius.
48 hours is just murder. Which is also in the prime, by the way.
Yeah.
We're not shaking our fist at 48 hours.
Wow. Okay. Well,
so we're here at number 10. We're at number 11, Chicago Med.
Yep.
And then we got Legacies, the vampire CW show. That's off season though, but that's hanging around there. Chicago Fire, number 13, 3 wins in a row, really climbing up. That's the thing about the Prime Access division, the second division. That's your catapult division.
Yeah.
Because all those shows are within 3 points of the Prime. So literally all 24 of those shows in the second division, we'll go through it right now, are
have a chance of
within 1 win of being a primetime show.
So what do they have to win to get up to that?
You just got to get an increase of viewership.
Okay.
But they're too yo-yo-y.
Yeah.
Win loss. It's not consistent.
Yep.
You got to be here like Supernatural. Supernatural's number 20 in the Prime, 5 wins in a row. It just lost 2 in a row, but 5 wins. They went from the bottom, dude, to the prime time. They were lingering around in that post-late fringe.
Yeah.
And 5 wins in a row, 5 times through, that's 18 points.
Yeah, you're doing well. Yeah, absolutely.
But people don't think about that because they look at the minutes. Oh, only this many minutes of people watched it. But no, it's more and more. Like, Supernatural is as hot of a show as The Voice or 60 Minutes or NCIS. People just don't know how to do the math because they don't have our rating system.
Yeah, exactly.
Blacklist got into the Prime again. That's how I realized it was like that.
Is that James Spader show?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's a Shonda show. The other one. That's Scandal. Scandal is the Shonda show.
Okay.
But Blacklist is the James Spader show. People
on
love
NBC.
it. And that's also on Netflix as well. So that gets a double pop.
I wonder why people... I mean, he's a good actor. Spader's a good actor.
Because he runs out of breath when he talks almost. I get so intense with my character that I seem like I'm out of breath when I talk.
I tell you what, I look at him too, I'm like, dude, you got to hit Jenny Craig. I mean, I remember him being kind of like a young sort of. He was in a No Way Out, not No Way Out, Less Than Zero. Yeah. That was the Requiem.
He's the bully in all those 80s movies.
That was the Requiem for a Dream of like 1987. Brad Pitt was an extra in that movie.
So now we're in Prime Access. Number 1, Ghosts, which actually is a big show. They had a Ghosts marathon on New Year's, where it was like because they have like people from history are ghosts in their apartment. So like Napoleon will be on one episode. It actually seems
good. It's called Ghosts?
Ghosts with a plural, multiple ghosts. 24.522 super rating, number 1 in Prime Access. But it's got a 24. You see what I'm talking about? It's Catapult. Look at this. So the number 1 show in Prime Access has a 24 super rating, and the show at the bottom has a 19 super rating.
Yeah.
The whole division is within 3.34 points of each other. So
they're jockeying for position.
Let's say America's Funniest Home Videos, which is 19.753 super rating, gets a win. That now you're up there almost. Now America's Funniest Home Videos is almost back in the prime time.
Yeah. Yep.
By the way, they announced Bob Saget's death during America's Funniest Home Videos.
Wow.
I don't know if it was on purpose or if that's just when the news broke, but that's simpatico right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they must have done it because it was during that show.
But here's a perfect example: Ghosts and Blue Bloods. Here's the last 5. I got the last 5 performances, last 5 games for these 2 shows. For Ghosts, you have a win, loss. For Blue Bloods, you have a loss, win. So like that's how you climb up the rankings.
Yep. Blue Bloods, people like Blue Bloods.
And they also sell you well with the trailers. You'll have fucking Tom Selleck and his powerful mustache being upset about something.
Exactly.
He's a terrorist, damn it.
I know.
There's a
That was good. That was a good one.
You're
kind of like, he's an old man still. Come on. That's hilarious. I've never
There's a
understood
commercial.
his career.
Joe Namath.
I didn't get his career 40 years ago. I don't get it now. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a commercial for some type of home loan.
Yeah.
And Tom Selleck does it. But the tone of the commercial is like, just get the goddamn loan.
Exactly.
I wouldn't lie to you. You're not going to get scammed.
Listen, I wouldn't do this. I'm putting my name on.
I'm Tom Selleck.
Synonymous with integrity. Do your reverse mortgage. I wouldn't be telling
the reverse
this.
mortgage.
Absolutely, it's the reverse mortgage.
I think Namath does one too.
Absolutely.
Get your reverse mortgage. Tell him Joe Hollywood sent you, man.
Gotta smile. I'm still holding on to
I
it.
say my L's like this, like I'm still cool and hip. That's how I say my L's because I used to talk black. You know what I mean?
I tell you what, in the early 70s, he was as big of an athlete as ever been.
Just tell him to get the goddamn loan.
Why would I sell this to you? Exactly. I'm Tom Selleck.
Let's see if we can get that Tom Selleck reverse mortgage.
I think that might actually work with some old people. Selleck's been badgering me for months. All right, I'll get the reverse mortgage. That's a tactic because they're just watching because they're such creatures of habit. They're just watching the same show.
Oh, this is the one right here.
In Florida,
Oh, man. Will be good to end on. You want to end here?
Sure, yeah.
Because this week in TV history was kind of the Bob Saget fucking thing. I do have the game was a big part of it. The first episode of Dawson's Creek aired. We can make fun of that.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let's.
Are you still having fun though? You're not ready to end? Okay. You don't have to whisper it. The people can know. I mean, we're almost an hour and 30 into the second half.
I think my. Let me know.
Let me tell you something.
I didn't give them to you.
Hang
I
on.
do have them though.
Uh-oh.
My professional.
I think we might have something else on there.
Yeah, I got it. I turned it off.
I wouldn't be here if I thought. Look, this isn't my first rodeo.
Look, I don't know what else to fucking tell you.
I'm sure.
What if he's just as pissed that this is his career?
Oh, of course that's on his mind.
Look,
it's gotta be.
I was fucking Hawaii 5-0.
Listen, I was Magnum PI for 9 years on CBS.
The goddamn show's back on, and they didn't even consider me.
It was between him and Harrison Ford for Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Look,
that's what it boiled down to. Selleck and Harrison Ford. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
First rodeo. And let me tell you.
Look, I've had to refinance my house at least 27 times. My rocky career.
Something. I wouldn't be here if I thought reverse mortgages took advantage of any American senior.
I'm not here just with a paycheck. These pussies wouldn't be able to afford me if it was a scam.
We can tell he's trying to get more like he's trying to be more like
I'm not just a shill. I really trust this product.
Yeah, exactly. Shill is
or
a good
worse,
word.
that it was some way to take your home. It's just a loan designed for older homeowners, and it's helped.
Will you believe me? God damn it! It's just a loan.
Over 1 million Americans.
Because you see.
It's nothing goofy like your cryptocurrency or your NFTs. It's a goddamn loan.
This is the ghosts of 08. People like they refinanced and they lost their home. They bought too many homes. You can refinance and buy another home. They had too many homes and they're just afraid about losing their home.
Aponte has a great point off topic. He goes, "How many people falling asleep to grays? A lot, probably. Just putting it on and sleeping."
Yep.
A reverse mortgage loan isn't some kind of trick to take your home.
Look, I mean, I keep getting your fucking letters about you can't afford. It's not my goddamn fault that your reverse mortgage is going back. Get a better goddamn job. It's a goddamn loan. They just gave you money.
It's a loan, like any other.
Fucking now go to your room.
Big difference.
Okay.
It's how you pay it back.
Find out. You gonna get a job? You gonna go out early tomorrow and get a job to pay your goddamn loan off?
Yeah.
On how reverse mortgages really work with AAG's free no obligation reverse
mortgage. Thank you for the
guide.
DVD.
Over this. So here's what I want to do, because this guy's obviously full of shit. Do the people a favor, and I'm gonna put this montage over how you would break down a reverse mortgage to somebody over this. Go.
A reverse mortgage, to be honest, I've actually never really worked with a reverse mortgage before. I don't quite know how it works.
That's how every guy who sells one should say.
Yeah,
I actually don't know what it is. It seems pretty risky. I mean, we got Tom Selleck's face on it, so people like it.
I don't even know what it does. I think I knew it one time, but I just don't care.
Let's see if he explains it.
I just keep refinancing.
Let's see if he explains
Find out how reverse mortgages really work with AAG's free no-obligation reverse mortgage
they'll
guide.
parse out more
Eliminate
information
monthly
now.
mortgage payments, pay bills, medical costs, and more. Call now and get your
You'll never pay a fucking mortgage again. And then one day, you'll owe it all.
free info kit.
Well, they don't want to confuse it with a
Here's
home
what it makes me
equity
seem
loan.
like.
They don't want it to be a home
reverse mortgage makes it seem like it's a mortgage where you don't have to pay it for like 6 months.
No.
And then it's just heavily interested. Like, just like.
No, it's. I know. I think what they're trying to get the fear out of people is getting a home equity loan. They're like saying, don't do a home equity loan. You know what a home equity loan is? You bought it for $100,000. You only owe $10,000 and you have $90,000 of value. You can borrow against that value and buy a boat or something like that. But then you got to pay that home equity loan off.
Aponte says, Thomas Magnum, my character from Magnum PI, actually sold a reverse mortgage to Higgins right before his character died.
Call 1-800-747-4294.
Other mortgages are paid each month, but with a reverse mortgage, you can pay whatever you can when it works for you, or you can wait and pay it off in one lump sum when you leave your home.
Oh,
beyond that, I don't know what the fuck I can do for
because
you.
Because everyone just has $200,000 laying around to pay their one lump sum. That's just God. They're basically just hedging a. People are going to die.
Dig into that. Look, you're 65. You got Social Security. Your son is going to die of heroin soon, so you don't have to support him. Oof. Reverse that mortgage.
Yeah. Discover the option that's best for you. Guide.
In your home for you.
Tax-free cash and stay in the home you love.
You've probably been investing in your home for years, making monthly.
This goddamn Bill Clinton. Yeah, you survived all of it.
Yeah, it is. No, what you should do, hopefully, when you've done that with your home for 25 years, you sell it and you make a bunch in equity and you move to where you want to really live.
And you don't sell it to a Jewish person, hopefully. God damn it.
We have covenants, racial covenants. Do you understand?
And it's become your family's heart and soul. Well, that investment.
And you look around at your neighbors and you think, what the fuck has this place become? Anyway, watch Blue Bloods. I beat up colored people all the time on it.
Can give you tax-free cash just when you need it.
Learn how homeowners are strategically and
I've been around long enough to know what's what.
You're basically just kind of hedging your death with this.
That's
when
my favorite part.
Preserve your portfolio.
Listen how he closes it.
Look, reverse mortgages aren't for everyone.
They aren't for smart people.
But I think I've been around long enough to know what's what. I'm proud to be a part of AAG.
Look, I know what's what. I've been married 5 times. So trust me, I know a scam when I see it.
Yeah.
But that was it. That was it. That was I think that was the show, huh?
Yeah. But what a Tom Selleck's career. Like, I mean, whatever. I mean,
he came back.
Successful
That's
actor.
why it's.
She had no one.
That's why it's a shame that he's doing that, because Blue Bloods is a popular show. Look, it's second place in the Prime Access division. It's a mere win from being in the prime time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Respect yourself more.
Yeah. But he's
Tom Selleck.
That's him cashing in on his persona. You have integrity, Tom.
La Brea hanging number 16 in the Prime Access.
Still around.
And it's coming back in March or April, I think.
I swear I'll be back at the Ides of March with La Brea.
But do you feel that's
it.
All right. Well,
one La Brea. That's it. People, thanks for listening,
guys. Follow me on social media at Keith Paesel, KeithPaesel. I'm the only Keith Paesel on earth.
And I'm Insecure Comic.
On Twitter, it's a great feed. KeithPaesel.com for all the episodes and the TV League standings. Follow the TikTok. This is Keith Paesel on TikTok. That's a new thing. Really trying to blow up the imprint here. But yeah, we'll see you next week. I might even stream when those standings finalize. I might do a short solo stream. Now that we figured out the streaming, we're going to be around a lot more. We love all of you. Goodbye. KeithPaesel.com/pay-per-view.
Ain't no love, not in this city, and here I thought that we got steady. We're all entertained, nothing ever changes. All entertained, nothing ever changes.
Now, how can we announce we are off the air when we are off the air?